What I'm on here for about is Queen Sheba.
Play that louder now. We don't get to hear it often. Say it louder.
I want to just turn the camera off and just walk away.
Now, don't play with me, Martell Hope. Maurice wants sex 2 to 3 times a day. Are you following me? That's 21 times a week if you do the math, 84 times a month, and 1,008 times a year. Let me say it again. That's 21 times a week, 84 times a month, and 1,008 times a year. Imagine the wear and tear on her. You know what? Never mind. Imagine a wear and tear. You wouldn't even drive your car that much. Very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me.
Queen Sheba.
Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, man.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy.
That's the truth.
All right. Happy Monday. Welcome, kings and queens, to the palace. We are live and in full effect. Yes, for Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 8, episode 2, y'all. And I had time this weekend. I had time, so I said, why wait? Why are we going to wait when we can just talk about it sooner opposed to later? So I hope all of you had a beautiful and a happy Mother's Day. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope everybody felt loved and appreciated. And if you didn't, I hope you loved on your damn self, because we talked about it on I Said What I Said. We're not waiting for permission to love ourselves, right? So with that being said, I said, I want to do something different tonight. Let's pull up on a Monday. Belinda Vincent, she says, Queen Sheba, I love your intro music. Me too. Just a little something to get everybody hype and get the party started. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all something before I jump in. And good evening to everyone in the chat. Good evening to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. Thank you so much for letting me know that I am coming through loud and clear. You're giving me those ones, which tells me that my audio is good. My audio is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review and recap episode 2 in real time. I never do that. I never review and recap in real time because I like to do it, on my own and then share my thoughts. But I am going to do it in real time. And then when I'm done, I'm going to open up the lines for the priority panelists to come up first, and then we'll take everybody else. So make sure you keep your notes and your bullets and your talking points, because I don't want you to forget what you got to say, because I'm going to be covering a lot, y'all. Y'all may be shocked. You may be shocked by some of my take on episode 2. Because I can see it. Some of the conversations that were had, there were excellent points. And I had to get out of my feelings and get into the fact and say, don't focus on the fact that you probably don't like this person, or you probably wouldn't sit with this person. Is what they're saying correct? On GP, when we take feelings off the table. Because a lot of times we tend to side against people that we don't like, just because it's them. So I had to challenge myself and say, don't do that tonight. Let's get this content going. Let's shake things up. But let me ask y'all, was this episode what you looking for? Did you get what you needed out of episode 2? Let me see where y'all are. What were your thoughts on episode 2? Are you enjoying the new talent? The new cast members? Are you getting what you expect from Letitia, Kimmy, Marsau, Martell, Maurice, Kiki, Melody? Nah. Essence of Shay said nah. Essence of Shay said, Queen Sheba, would you interview Kiki? Yeah, I can interview anybody. I can interview anybody. Coco Houston says, good evening, Queen Sheba. Good evening. Good evening. Heck no, I'm getting no. So when y'all are saying no, are you saying you didn't get what you want or you did get what you want? And the second part of that question, I'm going to stack. We call it stacking. Are you just saying that because you've become so committed to being an adversary of the Scots or being an adversary of Martell? So take a second. Okay, Sugar says she's gonna get her notebook. I'm telling you, take notes. Because when I open up the link, I don't want you to forget what you were gonna say, because I may throw you off tonight. Are y'all ready to jump in? Okay. Savannah says she didn't watch it. Shan says the expectation is low for all of them except Mel. So I got what I expected. Okay, that's fair. Samantha says she did not get what she wanted and she's tired of no accountability and hypocrisy. I'm so sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, Mixie Legend says it wasn't anything special, but Sunni was ready to take on Tisha. Phyllis feels like Martell should have been excluded. Let's get into it. Hold on. Let me make sure I get everything set up. No, you're not late, Crystal. You're just on time because I'm about to jump in. And what I'm going to do for those of you that just pulled up, I am going to do a live review. I never do a live review. I'm going to give you my thoughts in real time, and then I'm going to drop the link. So let's get started. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I watched the episode. I watched it immediately. I had to pause it because I was like, okay, they're coming out the blocks hot. They're coming out the blocks hot. The women. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Empress Radio says, I thought this latest episode was at least entertaining, though. I think so. I think this was probably one of the first episodes where we saw accountability conversations show up in more than one place, whether it was genuine or not. That's the first time we've seen adults that would normally align with each other, challenging each other. Would y'all agree? Is that fair? Would that be a fair statement? I'm going to jump in so I can get my part out the way, and then I can open up the lines for you all to come in. So, review, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 8, Episode 2, Sunni and Moses. I'm going to start with Sunni and Moses. I'm going to cover them a lot throughout this review. Then I am going to shift to give you my side thoughts about Destiny. Okay? And the similarities between Destiny and Sunni. Then I'm going to shift to Kimmy and Tisha. I'm going to talk a little bit about Kiki and Melody. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Marsau. Did y'all catch in this episode, on the way to see Martell, Marsau and Maurice were talking. Marsau did something very clever. And he did it, and I think a lot of you missed it, may have missed it. Let me not say you missed it. There's a possibility you may have missed it. For the first time, he has verbally validated that Martell Holt does indeed need or should be receiving professional help. That was enough for me. Because I was like, it's about damn time. Because for the past 4 to 5 years, you have teamed up with him to attack Melody. And now, since you're seeing what she's been describing for years, all of a sudden, now Marsau wants to say that Martell needs professional help. Sir, that's deplorable. Why would you wait year after year after year after year to finally admit, now that you cannot get anything else out of Martell? Because let's be honest. When the Scots could get something of value, financial, from Martell, he was a good guy. Now, you said the millimeters are deplorable, but what's deplorable is protecting an abuser that you knew needed professional help from get-go. You get what I'm saying? But he said it in a car. Go back and listen if you missed it. He said Martell has not changed. He's been the same way for years. Well, I'll be damned, Mr. Deplorable. You've been knowing that he's been an abuser for years, and yet you joined that team to help pick on his wife. And now that you can't get anything from him financially because he's broke, allegedly, now he needs professional help. See, he didn't need professional help when you were coming off of him, when you were coming up off his coattail while he was married to Melody. He didn't need professional help then. It was Melody that was the problem. But I just wanted to call that out really quick. And we're going to jump in to talk about Sunni and Moses. And thank you, everybody that's pulled up. I'm about to jump in. I see all of the content creators. I see you, the Asset Noir, trending at some point. I see you all. Let's see who else. Empress Radio, Chronicles of Kim K, Glam Rocks. If I missed anybody, y'all, please charge it to my head and not my heart. There's so many of you in here. I want to get down to it. Okay. Don't be mad at me because I told you this may be a little different. All right. Let's start with Sunni and Moses. Moses, this one is for you. Because you could have deadened all of this drama. You could have put a stop to this a long time ago. And I think it's very funny on the, I don't know if Carlos aired it on episode 2, what he said that they may not have shown y'all on the clip is Destiny tried to use him for her storyline. Sir, are you not using her for your storyline and you and Sunni's takeoff? Are you not now eating off the back of Destiny? Hold on, y'all. Follow me closely. I'm going to hit this from all angles. If Destiny tried to use you for her storyline, and that's the reason why you didn't make it to camera, didn't come on to support her at the reunion, what are you and Sunni doing now? Are you not using Destiny for your storyline? Y'all, what do you think? We got to be open. We got to be fair. Do you feel like Sunni and Moses are utilizing Destiny, getting dumped as their storyline? Because it's giving opportunity knocks to me. Hence the reason you should not have gone back to the show, Destiny. And I'm going to get into Destiny in a minute. Destiny should have never stepped foot back on this show if her connection or if her storyline needed to be connected to a married woman and her husband. I don't care how Sunni got him. Now they're married. And Destiny, you should have sat this one out. Okay? You should have never signed up for this reopening of Love and Marriage Huntsville. You should not have gone back. Period, point blank. There's no positive in it for Destiny. That's why I'm saying that. Destiny is an easy and an open target on this show as a single woman. She ain't got backup. Now, don't confuse that with me liking or agreeing with Destiny's past and previous behavior. I'm talking about strategy. You should have never come back. You don't have backup by the way of a man. You have a woman that's now married to the man that you were fooling around with, and both of them have kind of teamed up against you, which I think is in poor decorum for a married man, let alone a grown-ass man. I think it's real goofy. And that's why I said Moses could have deadened this a long time ago. Moses and Sunni are literally crapping all over Destiny's reputation. Now, don't get me wrong. Has Destiny been extremely hard to accept and deal with? Yeah. Yep, she has been. But what this shows me is the kind of guy, follow me closely, that Moses is. This shows me the character of Moses, in my opinion, okay? Because be a gentleman and back off of this hill. Be a gentleman, Moses, and focus on your marriage. And Sunni, I want to say to you, the same way he can use her to put a penny in his pocket is the same way he would do you. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. It's just that today you are the flavor of the month. Okay? Because Sunni also said in that live podcast interview that Moses was married. I know she said it in Dustin's interview with the one-on-one with Dustin, but she also said it. And that's why Moses kind of looked at her like, damn, bitch, you gonna throw me? You gonna tell all my damn business? Listen, if he did it to the first wife, What makes you think you're so special? Because here's what we have to consider, y'all. Sunni and Moses got married 3 to 5 months after knowing each other. It was less than 6 months. So between 90 days to 5 months. So the shit is rocky. Do you get what I'm saying? I know they grown. I know they're a little bit older, but the shit is rocky. 3 to 5 months after meeting, they said I do. So in the process of being on reality television, attacking destiny, they're also trying to establish a solid foundation. Ask any married couple, this should be the best days. The first year should be bliss. The first year should be bliss. So why are y'all on reality television trashing an ex, which tells me about just his character or lack thereof? Because as a grown ass man, you should be above that, in my opinion. In my opinion, what are y'all's thoughts? Now, an honorable man would have put a stop to this foolishness because he cherishes his wife. Now, if you can't do it for destiny, because you'd have been intimate with that girl, you'd have met her son, she done told you her deepest, darkest secrets. Now you over there pillow talking and shitting on her and talking like a little biatch to Sunni. What you had with destiny has nothing to do with your union with Sunni. Shut the shit down as a man. Shut it down. You shouldn't have been telling Sunni, yeah, I slept with her the day I met her, or, from get-go. Why is Sunni repeating that to Dustin? Is that not nasty work to y'all? You are a newlywed. And if you cannot protect destiny just because of what you had on GP, right? We don't have to slam doors when we leave them, but damn, Sunni and Moses are slamming every fucking door when it comes to destiny. And I think it's important decorum for a man. At least be willing to protect your wife, Moses. At least be willing to get in front of your wife and protect her so that she's not seen as a demon and a villain. Most men, when they are healthy, they cannot stand to see their wives caught up in mess. Doesn't matter if it's her fault, if it's not her fault, because the way he sees you and the way he's supposed to cherish you and love you, he's like, most men would encourage you. You got too much to lose. You're too kind. You're too sweet. Why are you letting your wife take the bullet for you? Because of some effed up shit you did. Now, one thing he did say, I'm getting on Destiny in a minute, y'all. I told y'all was going to be shocked. He never broke up with Destiny, ever. He just married Sunni. Surprise! Guess who's coming to dinner? My wife. Y'all, come on now. It don't matter if we like somebody or not. Can we all say, ouch? Would that not hurt you if you was dating a man? And then surprise, hey, listen, some chick calls you that you work with. I need to talk to you. Text you, I need to talk to you. And you're like, hey, what's up? No, I said, call me. And you're like, whoa, you don't know what's going on. Can we give the girl that much on a human scale to say that's effed up? That would hurt anybody. That would keep anybody in the bed for 2 or 3 days at a time. We can't skip around the fact that she's also human. That will fuck some of y'all up. Couldn't go to work. You would have to sit out a season or 2. You would have to use that PTO. And depending on how bad it is, you may have to go on family medical leave, especially if he was talking about having a child named Justice with you. Come on now. Stop playing, y'all. I said we're going to be honest with this. It don't matter if it was long distance, cat dog. Cat dog say it was a long distance. Girl, love is love. Love should have brought you home last night. Like Tony Braxton said, it don't matter if it's long distance. You know how vulnerable women are when they're seeking love and when they're open for love. I'm just trying to have a human moment before I go in. It don't matter if he lived in Pakistan. That's your man. And then you wake up one day to another woman that you work with saying, you need to know. We married. You need to know. And they didn't date long, y'all. That's a huge ouch. I think we should all be able to agree on that. Okay, always be cute. Say, let's be honest. Was it love? I think it was love for destiny. I think it was love for Destiny. I sure do. If you go back and if you go to YouTube after when I'm done, type in the search bar Destiny and Moses. Look at the smile. The way she used to smile with him. Now, I don't know if it was love for him, but I think it was love for her. Of course, it could not have been love for him because he was cheating on his first wife. So you know what I'm saying? He don't love nobody but himself. That's why I say this review shows the character of Moses, because Moses is just doing what Moses do. Sunni also said that when she met Moses, and I'm gonna get into that. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. So was it love? I think it was love for Destiny. I think for Destiny. I think it was for Sunni. I don't know if I should say it now. Now, Sunni, I know you say you're the wife, and you are, dear lady, you are the wife. But what does it mean to you as a wife to have a husband? Because you speak a lot on I'm the wife, I'm the wife, I'm the wife. But have you ever thought about the role of a husband? What does it mean to you? Because Moses should not be encouraging as a husband these kind of conversations in podcast interviews, for her to go on Dustin's channel. See, that interview is supposed to be about you so that we can see your lovely parts. If I were you as a wife, I would have given maybe a Cliff Note version of my exchange with Destiny as a producer. I would have found some very positive components. And then I would have gotten into what makes my husband so great, what I'm looking forward to bringing to the show, how I plan on winning the audience over. Your husband did not do a good job of helping you come out the blocks, because Sunni, although it was true, it was extremely rough around the edges. Very rough around the edges. And it makes you come across very, very unlikable. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a little bit of game. I don't recommend that you sit in front of another man to tell your story, because they're not going to help soften your rough edges. Men are just going to ask the questions. I think you need to sit with a woman if you plan on talking about Destiny again, because Sunni, you are coming across as a cold bitch. Pardon my language. You're coming across as cold, calculating, and very what is it, y'all? One of them girls that don't give a damn. What's the word? What's the word in English? They just don't care. Selfish. Very selfish. And I don't think there's any joy in bringing another woman pain and openly talking about it like that, to that level, to that extent. Does that make sense? Now, what does it mean to you, Sunni? I know you say you the wife and you are, but what does it mean to you to have a husband like Moses? What's his job? Have you ever paused to say, wait a minute, I'm out here fighting on the front line, defending this nigga's actions? Y'all, these are conversations that Moses should be having, okay, in my opinion. Moses should not be encouraging his wife to host these types of conversations, because what it's giving is insecurity. Y'all are saying forceful and masculine, but behind that, if we dig a little bit deeper, insecure. Because you know how you found him. The same way you lose him is how you got him. Because when you found him, you said he was with other women. So ain't nothing changed, Sunni. Ain't nothing changed. He ain't had time to change. When you found him, you married him 3 to 5 months after you found him. He has not had time to change. Period. All right. What are y'all's thoughts? Now, I think it's risky to lay the foundation of your marriage off of Destiny's back. I do. Destiny should be a non-fucking factor to the both of you as soon as he asks for your hand in marriage. Because it's not the ultimate prize of becoming a wife. So why are you still speaking on her? I think a lot of them should have and could have taken notes out of Melody's book. Melody came out the gate swinging one time on Arion's dusty ass. And it was after Arion went after her kids. Other than that, Melody ain't paying no attention to that. That's all I'm trying to say. I feel like, Sunni, you crossed the line. Hold on, y'all. This is where we're gonna have to. Do you feel like Sunni crossed the line as an audience? And if so, to what degree? I feel like, Sunni, you crossed the line in a professional realm, in a professional atmosphere. Because one thing about it, this is a workplace. And if I can't go to work and work with my producer without you trying to take advantage of the man in my life or figure him out so you can slide up on him, what's the point of me working here if that shit gets to fly? The Asset Noir says some men change for the right woman. She sets the tone for how she's treated. You right. And she marched his ass right to that courthouse. She said they went to the courthouse. So y'all, they got married 3 to 5 months after meeting. I'm going to say 3 to 4 months. I think they're on a high, a sugar rush. And I wish the best for them, but I think it's very risky to build your introduction and keep talking about destiny in a new marriage, okay? Sunni crossed the line to me. And I want to know if y'all think the same thing professionally. Write that down if you're coming up. In your opinion, did she cross the line? Because I think it has nothing to do with owing destiny anything, whether the two of you were friends or not. That's not what it's about. You casted your net in a space where you had the upper hand over both Destiny and Moses. Did y'all catch that? Sunni had the upper hand over both Destiny and Moses. Destiny was the talent, and Moses was an intricate part of Destiny's life in spite of the entanglement. You had the upper hand. You the bag, Sunni. You're the opportunity that knocks. Did you not say? You paid and you helped her. You got her on in places that she couldn't afford to be. It's called exploitation. And you took advantage in a professional realm because you had the upper hand. Period, point blank. Period, point blank, in my opinion. What are y'all's thoughts? All right, let's move on. Let me put it like this. Would it be appropriate for you, in your opinion, for Carlos King to date Martell, knowing he's Martell's boss? If the shoe was on the other foot, would it be okay if we look at it from that angle? And then Martell still has a role on the show. Wouldn't that be messed up? And if you feel that way, we have to, y'all crazy. Y'all are laughing. Would it be appropriate because I mean, Carlos isn't going to date a woman, so I can't use a woman as an example. But if Carlos King, we're talking about Sunni and Moses, because I said I feel like she crossed the line from a professional standpoint. And some of you are torn on that, right? We're 50-50. I said, okay, let's take Sunni and Moses and Destiny off the table. Let's put Carlos on the table with one of his, as an executive producer, with one of his male talent. Would not be inappropriate, unethical? And then Martell still gets to come to work? Okay, y'all get where I'm trying to go with this? What are your thoughts? Hypothetically. I think what I'm trying to say is that it's morally wrong and it would not fly in corporate America. That's all I'm trying to say. Y'all, somebody's sleeping with him anyway. See, let me move on. Let me move on, because if this was an office place, Sunni may have been asked to leave. Sunni may have been asked to resign or risk the chance of being fired, right? Just because you can't have that. You can't have that going on in corporate America. If I'm your boss, you may have we need you to resign. We're going to give you a transfer out, but ain't no fucking way you get promoted and the ex-boyfriend of the other employee gets a job too. Do y'all not see how fucked up this is from like what we're doing to each other as a Black community and the chaos that Carlos King is creating? Y'all, that's all. I'm just trying to put it up in front of you. All right. Now, according to Carlos, Destiny told him that she made the introduction between Sunni and Moses. You know what? According to Carlos, Destiny made the introduction between Sunni and Moses. I bet you won't do that again. Y'all better start listening to our grandmas when they say three's a crowd. Three's a crowd. Girl, come to my birthday party. Three's a crowd. And that's when, if you listen to the story, Destiny made the introduction. And in my opinion, that's when the goo-goo eyes started. Now, I know you can't speak on that, Sunny, but let's keep it real, bitch. Don't be lying. It didn't start no July 2023. You were not on the up and up all the way into July 2023. If you and Moses are going to come out, y'all going to have to tell this story. Y'all gonna have to tell this story because you know what? I have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that you knew what time it was and he knew what time it was at that birthday party. Imagine inviting somebody to your damn birthday party and the whole time they looking at what you got and trying to figure out, do I come through the back door or do I kick down the front door? And guess what? She kicked down the damn front door. She kicked down the front door. Period, point blank. Okay. Now, Destiny, that's a huge mistake on your part because you didn't vet Sunny out. But I get why that could have happened because maybe she made that introduction. If we give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe she made that introduction as, hey, listen, I'm trying to convince my man to come on the show. But she also made a fatal mistake by confiding in someone that she thought she could trust in a confidential setting. Because when she confided in Sunny about everything, even Moses, you see Sunny talking about it. Telling everything. How long she been sleeping with Moses, what she said about Melody. But on the flip side of that, Sunny, you said when you fall out with people, you don't do that. I'm just calling it out. Did anybody else pick up on that? Okay. Destiny made the fatal mistake of confiding in somebody that really wanted what she had. And Sunny utilized the information, in my opinion, that Destiny shared with her. And she also used Destiny's vulnerability to go after Moses. Now, Destiny ain't a saint because I'm finna get on her too. See, Destiny confided in Sunny, not knowing Sunny secretly wanted what you had, which was your man. And if we're going to be technical, it really wasn't your man, Destiny. That was that other lady's man that was married to him. You see how this is playing? Everybody's getting their karma. I'm going to break it down to you. Destiny was fucking around with Moses when he was married and while she was married. At some point, the wife had enough and got a divorce. Moses never changed up. He just added more women to the roster. And guess what? As women, we be, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. He had no issues with adding more hoes to the roster. Now, Sunny, don't get too far ahead of yourself because you got the ring. You said how long you been a side chick. You was one too. Roll the tape. You said when I met him, he was with other women. You and Destiny were both side chicks. You just made him go to the courthouse quicker. That's it. You didn't come in as being elevated because you was on the roster. Okay? Now, I'm concerned about that because I think that's indicative of his behavior of what's to come later down the road. I'm telling you, everything. Sunny got everything on this marriage, and I hope it works. Because if it does not, it's going to be a heartbreaker for her because it's so public and so nasty how she got Moses. You get what I'm saying? She needed him to solidify her, which is why they ran to the courthouse and got married so quickly. Is it right or wrong? I can't say that because it's all messy. Because we can't just look at it when Destiny was involved. We got to go all the way back to the first wife. We can't start in the middle. This real nasty. That's all I'm saying. Okay? It's very tricky. It's very, very tricky. It's deceitful. It's hurtful. But there's a valuable lesson in this for Destiny. Okay? The same grace that you wish Sunny would have shown you is the grace that you should have shown to Melody. Listen, the same grace that you're looking for is the grace that you could not give. A lot of us out here expecting what we can't give and what we're not capable of giving. And Destiny is a prime example of that. You did not show that grace to Melody, and then you tried to depict her in a negative light after she had nothing. After Destiny is looking for grace from Sunni, but show Melody not 1 ounce of grace. And then she went on a smear campaign, Destiny, to smear Melody's name after all of Melody's good deeds. Okay. Melody was helpful to you as a friend. Melody helped you in your time of need. And when you decided you was mad, you couldn't remember none of that. Okay. All of a sudden, it's off with your head. You're a monster. You're a bitch. I know it's Tisha that said this. You got an evil, dark heart. You can't be trusted. You this, you that. Okay. But if that's true, where was that same energy when she was helping you get them lights turned back on? So Destiny, if you really sit back, y'all, and look at Destiny, she's receiving the same lick that she inflicted upon Melody. It's just coming through a different portal, okay? She's receiving the same strike that she inflicted upon Melody by way of Martell, by way of Arion, and by way of not being a good friend to Melody. Now, I have to be honest, I do believe that Destiny confided in Sunni about Moses. I do not feel like Sunni is being 100% honest, because I believe if she's honest, and you really admit that she confided in you about Moses as her producer, that will make you look like a monster of a producer. There's really no reason for Destiny to lie about that. Of all of the things that you say that she said is true, the only thing she lied about is she never talked about Moses. I don't believe that. Didn't she invite you to her birthday party? Didn't he come with her to St. Louis? Girl, okay, if she never confided in you about Moses, why did you get her on the phone when you saw Moses at your family's birthday party? There would be no reason to, because you don't really know nothing about him. You get what I'm saying? So I don't believe she's being honest about that. I do believe that there's things about Moses that were probably more positive than negative, because if Destiny said too many bad things, I think she told you she loved him, how good he was to her. And I think you wanted some of that good old Mr. Good Boy. That's what I think. I think you wanted to try it. Period, point blank. Destiny, you made a fatal mistake of talking too much. Okay. I think you made a fatal mistake of talking too much. So they finally got to a point in a discussion where we get a timeline of what really happened between Sunni and Moses and where things may have turned. I do not believe that they are telling the whole truth, because I think they don't want to look bad. He saw her at the family event. Now, I don't think Destiny's lying when she said that you said that was your cousin. Now, I think you doing, what is it called? When you're trying to damage control and you're trying to clean it up. I think you did say, oh, that's your cousin. My question is this, y'all. What the hell was Moses doing at Sunni's event? I think you invited him. I think y'all were dating. What the hell was Moses doing at your event? At your house, your family's house, your daddy, and Moses walks in? Quit playing with me, Sunni. Do y'all believe that? And you still can't explain how he got there? Okay, let me ask y'all something. Mother's Day was Sunday. Some of you celebrated Saturday. Your family's barbecuing. Martell Holt is in there. How did he get there? Come on, don't play with me, Sunni. Any man, if Martell Holt is in your family event at your barbecue, you're going to say, child, let me tell you how he got here. See, You see how she skips over that? Okay. Somebody said, okay, Irene says he's friends with her cousins, one of who is Chingy the rapper. How come she didn't know that as a producer? She said she has connections in St. Louis. So you knew everybody and everything else except Moses. Y'all, does that make sense to y'all? And then he ends up at your family house. All right, I mean, that's what we going with. That's what we going with. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Now, when Moses was on that stage in Huntsville and Carlos brought them out, Moses said that he saw her at the family event. And to me, there was an exchange of energy. I think they probably were already on their way to wherever. Now, he explained it in a manner that made it sound like it was strictly platonic, but I call bullshit. Let me tell you why. You ready? I call bullshit because the fact that it's registered in his mind as a man causes me to look a little bit deeper, because men don't really recall intricate details unless it's an important date to them. And the fact that he can recall where he was, when he could get, he described it as being with Sunni alone without Destiny being there. Okay. That was a beautiful moment for him as a man. That's when he shot his shot, or he had already shot his shot, and that was the first date where she invited him. I don't know. I could be wrong. Because she's the wife now. Ask every man, how'd you and your wife meet? At the grocery store, at my cousin's house, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. They can't tell you nothing else. Now, they can't remember anniversaries and birthdays, but ask them, how'd you meet your wife? He gonna run it down. That's how you know the intent was there. The intent was there. I think they settled on that to keep it pure. We're going to play like we cousins. And if y'all were already seeing each other or had some type of flirtatious exchange, Sunny, I think it's real, real sly and slick of you to pick up that phone and call that girl while her man was there. You doing too much. And you say you called him from across the room. Why? You said you didn't know him. So why you got to pick up the phone and be like, your man is here? And you see what she said? Destiny said, oh, all right, cool. Destiny was already like, wait a minute. All right, cool. She didn't say, hey, baby. Hey, honey. She didn't call him. Y'all, does that story, I'm just trying to tell y'all, it don't make no damn sense. You call me with my man in your house, at your family's house, and all I'm going to say, all right, cool. I don't know. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. But let me tell you how cold-hearted Moses is. First of all, he cheated on his wife with multiple women, including Destiny. Then he downplayed what really happened. But let me bring you up to speed. He and Destiny brought in the new year together. Follow this. Get a pen and paper. He said Destiny left his house January 3rd, 2023. Y'all, they brought in a new year together. And she left January 3rd, 3 days after the new year, 2 days. I can't make this up. And on January 12th, he and Sunni are together. That's a cold-hearted ass nigga. 9 days later, this girl flew to you, brought in the new year with you. 9 days later, you knew what time it was. You knew you wanted Sunni. You got her number. You told her, I need to talk to you. I don't just want to talk to you. I want to see you in person. And she had to go pray about it. Y'all don't let these people play in your face. I can't make this up. Moses found his replacement in Sunni before he discarded Destiny. Moses found his replacement in Sunni before he discarded Destiny. Period, point blank. And that's why you had to pray about it, Sunni. Let's keep it real. We ain't praying about nothing that feels good. The only time you need to pray about something is when you're not sure. And I'm going to tell you a rule of thumb. When you're not sure, don't make a move. When you're not sure, don't make a move. I never had to pray about my husband because there was nothing questionable. What I did do is I gave thanks in advance for his consistency, the way he showed up, how he made me feel. He was different. There was nothing to pray about other than thank you. You get what I'm saying? Y'all know how we deliver over here. So, Sunni, if you had to pray, it's because you knew there was a component of it that was wrong. No, that's cool. You may have to, but let's keep it real, Sunni. If we're gonna talk, we gotta be honest about it. We gotta be honest about it. If you were completely honest, Did some components of that not feel just right? You said you went to your wise advisors to get, is this wrong? Because A, B, C, D. He has a relationship with her. I work with her. People may get the wrong. That's what I'm saying. Because it wasn't clear and cut the way it needed to be. There was some murkiness, blurred line, period, point blank. So you had to go behind the veil. You had to go behind the veil. But I'm going to tell you this. If it was on the up and up, you don't, prayer is good. Let me not knock that. But when it's on the up and up, there's no question about it, period. There's no question about it. I'm not backing off of that one, Sunny. Yes, I'm going to get to that part. Did I watch the episode and seen with Kimmy? Yes. Now, I'm going to say this. Sunny has said, I don't owe her any loyalty. And I said before, it's not about you being friends with her, owing her anything. You owe yourself loyalty as a woman. You owe it to yourself. Because you said when I met Moses, he had several women he was already dating. Ma'am, in that moment, you and Destiny were both side pieces. It ain't no way around it. Now, you have the one up on her now because you are a wife. My question to you is, as a wife, why are you entertaining these conversations? That's where I think you're going wrong as a wife. That's where I think you're going wrong. I think your husband, if y'all are going to talk about it, he should be on the front line. Period, point blank. I think it's his job as a husband to take the lead on this. And you sit back and you be a wife. Let me go to the other part. Hold on. Because I want to be fair and I'm going to drop the link. Let me get through it real quick. Now, Kimmy, I feel like Kimmy was using Tisha to do her dirty work. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Women attack in packs. It's rare that you'll get a woman who's going to stand on her own 2 feet and hash out her issue with you one-on-one. And I feel like Kimmy was doing some nasty work because what she did is she ambushed both of them. She brought Letitia without knowing that Sunni was there. And she brought Sunni without knowing that Letitia was there. See, Kimmy, you ain't got no qualms with Sunni. So what the hell are you doing? Kimmy is being messy, but she's trying to keep her hands clean. Okay? Kimmy brought Tisha so that Kimmy can appear to be the sophisticated savior. Hey, we just have a really tight friend group, and I just want to know if you care to explain. No, you being messy. Now, this is the part where where I said, y'all are going to disagree with me. In this moment, I said, Sunni doesn't owe either one of them an ounce of explanation simply because she's the wife now. And when I say stop hosting these conversations, that's what I mean. You're there. As a wife, you don't owe them an explanation, period. Now, I want to ask y'all something. Why are Letitia and Kimmy supporting Destiny, who would knowingly know that she slept with a married man? Where was the girl code for Moses' first wife? Okay. If that's what Letitia and Kimmy are standing on, how come that does not apply all across the board? I'm going to tell you why. Y'all going to be pissed off. I'm going to tell you why. I believe if Sunni were an unattractive woman, if she were overweight, there would be no conversation. I think they would be laughing at Moses because Destiny would have been the obvious choice, period, point blank. But because Sunni is an attractive woman that did work on set, that was a producer, it's a problem. And I think it's a trigger for both Letitia and I think it's a trigger for Kimmy. Because these are the women that their husbands are most likely attracted to. So I can't say the shit to the mistresses that are being rumored to have slept with my husband. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out on you. Because this behaviors, this is triggering me from what Marsau has done. This has triggered me from what Maurice has done, allegedly. Okay? If Sunni were not an attractive woman, they would be laughing their ass off, including Destiny at Moses's new wife, if she was overweight, unattractive, all of that. Period, point blank. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to even get through all of my stuff. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. Boom. There we go. Now, I'm not going to even get through it. Y'all know I'll come back and do it like I normally do it. I want to drop the link. And that's where I stand with that for a second, for right now. The link is in the chat, but I feel like Kimmy and Letitia were highly, Sunni. I think professionally you crossed the line. I want to say that. I don't know if you left. I said it before you got here. I'll say it again. You crossed the line as a professional. It's unethical. She may have. That's fine. But I want to make sure I'm still sitting on that square. All right. The Aset Noir, welcome.
Good evening, Queen, chat, mods, palace, royals, and subjects. You got a hot topic going on today.
I do. Normally I do it by myself, but I was like, let me go live. What are your thoughts?
So I have never watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, so I just listened to the commentary. I would agree with you. In corporate America, any level of management cannot date subordinates, period. It is literally in the contract that you sign, and if they find out, immediate termination. No questions asked. Management is asked to leave, and the subordinate is fired as well. As far as Sunni taking the lead to explain herself to people who are not in her marriage, she doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to do that. Her husband should always protect his wife. And if that means he needs to have those uncomfortable conversations with whomever to close the door and make sure that that door is closed and to say, hey, you're going to respect my wife, then he should take the lead and have those conversations. I don't know if that ever happened. It doesn't seem like it has. Again, I don't watch the show, so I don't know. The other young lady, I think you said her name is Destiny, being in a 15-year relationship with a man with no commitment.
And he was married.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to put the onus back on what's the gentleman's name? I don't even know his name. Moses. Oh my Lord. Okay, on Moses. Again, this is what my husband told me. When a man meets a woman, they immediately place them in a box. It's a category of, this is going to be my, my wait a minute, yeah, she'll wait for me. I'll just put her in that box. My something to do. Yeah, this is my weekend girl. We can go kick it. Or my wife. And it sounds like Destiny was in that teetered between the wait a minute and my something to do. And that's fine if that's what she wanted to do. Obviously, for 15 years, that's what she wanted to do. But it was his responsibility not to play with women, because then you create broken women. You create damaged women. So don't play with them. Don't toy with them. And when you're done toying with them, have that conversation and say, you know what? This is not what I want to do. This is not the direction I'm moving in. Otherwise, you create such an animosity between women, and it has nothing to do with the two women. It has everything to do with him and how he handled the women, whether they allowed him to mishandle them or not. He had the responsibility to be the man.
Oh, all right. Okay. Hey, Sunni says she's here, y'all. So she said, don't be accusing her of leaving. She's sitting in the audience. She's listening. Sunni, these are my priority panelists. Everybody here is nice and respectful. You're more than welcome to come up. These are excellent women, professional women, some C-suite leadership in corporate America. So we always have you're always welcome to come up if you would like to. Okay. I'm going to go with kicking it with Courtney, my other priority panelist. Courtney, you have the floor. What are your thoughts?
Hello, everyone. I think the Asset Noir did a great job with explaining the relationship portion. So I'm not going to really touch on that for time's sake. I just wanted to touch on like Sunny and Destiny. Honestly, this is just my opinion. I feel like Sunny is getting um, a lot of backlash. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't understand it. I don't. We are talking, a lot of times we're talking about things in womanhood where we may be in our life or what we may do. But the type of woman that Destiny has shown herself to be is all the things that she's facing with Sunny. So a lot of people keep saying Sunny is going to get her karma for what she did. She may very well get her karma one day. But why are we not watching Destiny get her karma in real time? Why have all the things that we've seen Destiny do on screen and off screen, is this not her karma? And why are we jumping in front of it to save her? She has shown no grace. I haven't seen her show grace to any other woman. I haven't seen her show loyalty. I haven't seen her show compassion. I haven't seen her follow girl code. So why am I holding Sunny to these standards for this woman when I haven't seen her show these things to another woman? So I am cold in that manner. If you show me who you are, I'm going to believe you. I'm not going to try to jump in front of your karma. I'm going to let it play out as it may. I don't feel bad for Destiny. I feel like she's getting what she give out. The energy that you give out, you're going to receive it. And when karma comes, we can't determine when karma comes and determine how it's going to come. We have to accept it as it comes. And I think that we are speaking from a healed perspective or women of substance. Destiny is not a woman of substance to me. So, I mean, I don't really want to get up here and call her, on your platform a name, but 304s, they get what 304s get. And seriously, like a 304 gonna get what she get. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not really going up for Sunny either, because professionally, yes, she was dead wrong. Dead wrong. I don't care if you tried to say you were her producer for a year, you knew her, you worked with her. That was you was wrong in that aspect. Yes, you were. But do I have any feelings of who's right or who's wrong? You get what you give out. And that's it. And I'm not going to jump in front of it. I'm not going to feel bad for you. I have nothing for Destiny, because Destiny had nothing for Melody. All those girls laughed at her, played in her face, showed recordings to Martell, recorded her children at dinner. Like, girl, I don't feel nothing for you. So your man got peeled. He had his options. You were, and we haven't even, I don't even know if Moses has said that Sunny was his girl. I mean, not Sunny, Destiny was his girlfriend. I know they may have a situationship for, a span of 15 years on and off maybe, but an actual relationship with actual commitment, I don't know if that has happened. So you're saying that this happens in life. And what Sunny and Moses should do, first of all, Moses should be speaking up a lot more.
Come on now.
Sunny is probably worried about her reputation and her, her livelihood, but Moses is the man. And Moses created the situation. So Moses needs to be up here talking. He needs to get everybody up off of Sunny. He does. Everybody that's up on Sunny, Moses needs to be, he needs to be on every panel getting them up off of her, whether he likes to or not. That's your wife. And that's just what it is for me. I just think I have nothing for Destiny. I have nothing for a woman. Now, if it was a woman that has some substance and standards, I'm going to go up for you all day. I'm going to be your back, front, side, whatever. But a woman like Destiny, no, y'all ain't my kind. I don't have nothing for you.
Listen, you can drop the mic. You said, listen, very powerful commentary. So Crafty Line, you're up next. Give me 2 seconds. I agree with you, Courtney. My thing is this, Sunny. I see it from both ways. Y'all panelists, I see it from both ways. I see the pros and the cons with Destiny. I see the pros and the cons with Sunny and Moses. However, I think if Moses steps in front, let his nuts hang a little bit, and drive this conversation, it protects Sunny. That's all I'm saying. So Crafty Lion, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I'm probably in left field, but I'm comfortable there, so it's okay. There's a part of me that listened to Moses, listened to Sunni and everything, and I'm wondering, is this a business thing? Is there a script in here somewhere? Is this whole arrangement with you and your new husband a job? Because it would make one hell of a TV show or something else, because it's really quick and really messy. And let's just be honest, people love mess. And I'm just not too sure that this isn't something else, because we're trying to make logical sense out of it and it just doesn't make sense. And I don't expect the people on that show, especially Destiny, to do logical things when they aren't logical. I'm not expecting human behavior from her and Tisha and Kimmy and all of them, because they've shown us that they are the opposite of human. I will say this, when they were sitting there at that luncheon and Tisha more than once tried to make it known to Destiny to Sunni, that she was trifling, and Destiny, Lord, I am so sorry, I want you to be Destiny. And Sunni corrected her. I was there for that. I was, because she left Tisha kind of speechless. She was trying to get a little dig in, and she said, I'm not trifling. She didn't hear the first time, but the second time. Now, the whole situation is trifling. I'm sorry, but I just was really glad to see you shut Tisha up. I'm not sure where I stand on the marriage thing, though. Destiny with the big eyes and the sad face, I'm with Courtney. I don't know where to put her pain, because she, aside from coming on this show this season to confront Moses and Sunni, she came on here to go after Mel. So I don't know if I have sympathy for her. I'm just being honest. And maybe that makes me a little bit of a monster, and I take it, because I just don't know if I could give her that. Not yet. I mean, how can you have all this hurt for Moses and you didn't have none of this for LeBaric, who you married and made a baby with? I mean, I know you couldn't talk about him, but my God, I mean, you didn't even have a, sad face, share. I mean, we could have seen some sadness, a tear, something. You were too worried about Hot Girl Summer. So I just don't.
So Crafty Lines, please. I just dropped the link, y'all. I don't want anybody else to click it, but I'm sorry, Sunni and Moses. Sunni just asked for the link. Nobody else click it. Let me see how many people I got up here. I'm sorry. So Crafty. I'm gonna give it right back to you.
I just don't know where to put any of it, but I just wonder. I know your marriage is real, and I hope the situation is real, but I don't know where to put any of it. I'm just stuck on all of it. I'm just gonna watch and see how it plays out. But it is messy. I'm sorry, it is, and that's where I'm at.
That's fair. That's fair. We're going to give them a couple of seconds. So, sometimes this is new for people coming up. Savannah, I need you to drop down, because you got it. Savannah, go ahead and drop there. Savannah. Okay. Thank you, Savannah. I'm going to bring you back, where I got to keep the line clear for Moses and Sunni, because I'm at my capacity. But when we're done, Savannah, I'm going to call you back. Okay. I promise. Okay. Let's give them a couple of seconds. Sometimes when you're new to StreamYard, you got to get your camera done and all of that good stuff. I do believe that Moses has felt Sunni coming out the gate, period, point blank, with them coming on this show, allowing her to drive the conversation, facilitate the conversation. Okay, so Sunni, let me pin it. Give me 1 second. Can y'all bear with me for 1 second, y'all? Okay. I'm going to drop it. You're going to see Queen Sheba comment. It's a link. You have to click on it, but let me pin it in the comments. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I got to go to my YouTube and pin it. Give me 1 second. Y'all going to hear some background noise. I promise you. I'll be right back. I got to go to my live channel and pin it. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. I'm about to pin it to the top of the chat. Okay. So it says StreamYard. There you go. You just click it and then you register yourself. I do feel like Moses, chat panel, feel free to chime in. Do you feel like Moses should have done a better job of facilitating and driving that conversation and standing 10 toes down as a man and having those conversations? Or should he talk to Destiny at all? Really quick before they come up, what are your thoughts? Let me go to Sugar and then Gen X next.
Absolutely. I feel Moses, Moses, he's wrong for not, telling Destiny, but once again, there's no honor among thieves. You have to look at their situation. So then you got to stop there and assess that, and then assess Sunni different. Sunni, yes, that's unprofessional what she did. But at the end of the day, he need to be the one talking if anybody's going to say anything and shut it down. Sunni shouldn't have nothing to say because she's the wife. He should shut it down. She the wife.
All right. Nishanta, if you are not Sunni and Moses, can you drop down for me? Y'all, I have to keep the line clear. I promise I'm going to get to everybody. I promise you. We got to. Thank you, Sugar. Moses, they saying you should have shut it down, period, point blank. It wouldn't have necessarily changed anybody's mind, but it shows you as an honorable man, period, point blank, y'all, when I'm talking about the role of a husband. Gen X, what are your thoughts? You're on mute, Queen. You're on mute. Gen X.
Hey, Queen.
There you go.
For me, this is how I feel. I think that when people are dating or they're kicking it, right? Like you could be messing around with a person. That doesn't mean you're dating and exclusive with that person. And this is my opinion, y'all. So you're still going out. You're still meeting other people. Like this is the thing. Let me just say this about Destiny. I'm gonna be honest. I could care less about Destiny's feelings. The human perspective of Destiny for me, I am gonna look at her as a human being. And what I see from Destiny as a human being is that she had no grace, she had no honor, she had no integrity, and she cared nothing about Melody, those kids, or that marriage. Period. She was nasty. She's still currently being nasty. She's thrown daggers. She wants to be the victim. She is a female Martell host. So as far as I refuse to bite that bait that they trying to throw at us to make us feel some kind of sympathy for Destiny, because everything that was mentioned about what was done to her when it comes to Sunni and Moses, and honestly, I could think of numerous occasions of things that she did to Melody that was exactly the same. She gets no grace from me. I don't feel sorry for her. Even on the Dear Wife podcast, when she sat up there and did everything that she did and talked about her ex-husband the way that she did, she is wrong for that. And so as long as she's still living in this space of whatever that narcissistic, nasty behavior and demeanor that she has, I'm not feeling sorry for her because she hasn't learned her lesson. She's not humble and she could care less. As far as Sunni and Moses, my thing is this. Moses is out here doing Moses ain't no different from no other man or no other woman who is dating. Is it messy? The way it looks that the two of them got together? Maybe so. But at the end of the day, folks are not just sitting up here dating one person, and he never said that they were committed. He never said that they were dating exclusively. So my thing is, do you think that when a man sits up there in your face and is like, well, let me take you out to dinner, that you're the only woman that he's seeing or he's looking at? No. Could he have ended that battle with Destiny? Yes. But the thing about it is, and then I'll end it, is look at Destiny's character. Look at the way that she conducted herself on this show. And we really gonna sit here and think that that's somebody that in her unhealed, dysfunctional space, for real, when we talking about getting our ish together, when we're talking about becoming the type of woman that a man wants to attract, we really gonna shoot daggers at Moses when we see what she's been bringing to the table as far as her personality and her demeanor. The thing about it is that she wanted to be kept, that she needed to shut her mouth, stop stabbing Mel in the back, stop sitting up there coming up with different plot lines with Martell, and she should have cleaned herself up to become the type of woman that he would have wanted to keep. That's all I got to say.
All right. Real quick, I just want to say something. Could we apply the same scenario? So, okay, y'all saying Sunni don't owe, I mean, not Sunni, Moses don't owe Destiny nothing, but he chose to sleep with her. And he compromised his marriage for her, just like Martell did with coleslaw. That's all I'm saying. So as much as we may not feel, we have the same thoughts when we talk about coleslaw and da-da-da-da. Moses did the same thing. I'm just saying, according to Sunni. Sunni said he was married, effing around with Destiny. So whatever low she was, he chose it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why do it matter? It's destiny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I see what you're saying, but that's the path she chose. We got to understand when we choose certain paths in our life, they come with certain influences, right? They come with certain, they come with certain situations that come with that. That's why I'm not against anybody being a stripper, but I won't be a stripper because I know what comes with being in them strip clubs. You feel me? So if she chose to mess with a married man, it's things that come with that. It's low vibration that come with that. So if she don't understand that game, while she talking about she got big deep energy from where I don't know, that's not big deep energy, so it don't matter. She a hood rat. When you act like a hood rat, sorry, I'm showing my age, but when you act like a hood rat in the street out there doing, unmoral things, that's what happens. It's just cause and effect. It ain't gonna never go nowhere. So it is what it is with Destiny. I don't even care to analyze it. That's what I'm saying. Why should we care to analyze it?
Okay, that's a good point. But what about this? What is his role as a husband? Sugar. You remember I said that earlier? Let's take Destiny off the table. What is his role as a husband for Sunni? If everybody say Destiny's a hood rat, she's a dusty this and that, why are you allowing your beautiful wife, let's just say, everybody say Destiny don't matter, then how come he not taking the hit for her? Why would you allow your
I
wife,
agree.
that's the cream of the crop,
That's
to
a
go
question
and
he has to. That's a question he has to answer.
Right.
right? And I dropped the link and he's still not here.
Queen. That's why I asked if it was real.
Right.
I mean, it's real legally, but is this real in love? Because that's why I wonder.
Jump in.
Remember,
Somebody was trying to jump in. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Okay.
Sure.
I think that, and again, I don't know these people, don't watch the show, don't follow it much at all. I feel like the gentleman Moses has never had to be a protector, because if he didn't have a problem cheating on his wife and always, engaged with, I think Sugar said with the gutter, not the gutter. I don't want to put words in your mouth. The streets.
Yeah, the streets. The streets.
Engaged in the streets. And if you are a street dude, because again, I don't know these people. I'm just, just add my own opinion. If you've never been in that environment, we're expecting too much out of him. And then now he's in a position where he has to say something or do something, or keep allowing your wife to get attacked. So I don't think he's developed that muscle to even do it, because he's always picked the fruit that fell on the ground, the low hanging fruit. And so now when he tries to, or apparently has risen above his station, it commands something differently. I honestly don't believe he knows how to protect his wife.
Or she could be saying, "I got it, baby. Don't worry."
Yeah, and it's no excuse.
That's what
Right,
she's doing.
it's no
Right.
excuse. And she,
I was gonna say,
she
But
should step in.
like Kimmy said, Kimmy said he's getting away with it and Sunni is getting dragged. See, a man should have an
Kimmy need
instinctive
to shut up.
huh?
Not that
Kimmy needs to just shut up.
No, not that
Hey,
Kimmy.
Kimmy,
got
go,
away with it, and
please.
she got drugged.
Another one.
Queen,
Wait, not that Kimmy.
Please. That's like a thief saying that they need to stop stealing over there. Come on now. No.
Exactly.
No.
Okay, let me
Queen, may
let
I
Sherry
interject? Queen, may I interject, please? Queen, may I interject?
Oh, hold on. Is that Justice? Let Sherry go, and then you got next.
Okay,
Justice.
thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Sherry.
I want to say, like, I truly don't believe that. I think, Stormy. I'm about to say Stormy. I think Sunni presented herself in a defense mode because it was already out there before the show started. She was already getting hit and everything in social media. So she came in ready to defend herself. She was already getting a backlash. She was getting more backlash than what Moses was getting. So naturally so, if people are coming at you, you're going to want to set the record straight. Personally, I don't know what it is that Moses can say that's going to be enough to satisfy everybody. He said what he needed to say when he married Sunni. I don't understand what the big hoopla is about all of this. I mean, the scenario that you gave about with what if Carlos had gotten with Martell and Martell is still on the show. That's a totally different scenario, because from what Sunni is saying, this is something that happened when she was no longer employed by the show. So the scenario to say that human resources would call them down and she would be fired and all this kind, she wasn't employed with them when this happened. So that scenario doesn't even fit here. However long it was, even if it was 2 months when they started dating and they decided they wanted to get married, I still don't see what the problem is. They made a choice. Destiny even said that they wasn't even still together anymore. So I don't understand what the big hoopla is. What is the big hoopla about all of this? If they wasn't together no more and he's moved on and he's gotten with somebody else and he's married them, what does it matter?
All right.
I agree. Remember Queen Sheba, I told you, I'm like, he married her. He made his choice. He married her. Destiny shouldn't have to sit down and talk to Moses about what? And I question that same thing, that it just don't fit. The narrative just don't fit. Sorry, just don't fit.
I agree with the Mary part. There's so many different components, right? There's so many aspects. I wish it was as cut and dry. There's a professional aspect. There's some crossover. There's some infidelity. There's the here and the now. There's the introduction to the show. The question is, okay, I got Sunni, let me know if that's you trying to come in. I have the panel that's full and people are trying to come in. If that's you, Sunni, say yes. Because if so, I can get some people to drop down. I got people, like, it's blowing up back here. And I don't know who's trying to come in, but I don't want to ask my panelists to drop down if it's not y'all, because I want to make sure I give them an opportunity to speak. But if you can just type in a chat if that's you, I'll get a couple of people to drop down. If not, we're gonna roll with it, y'all, and just continue to be patient, and we'll try to get you in when we can. There's different aspects of it. I completely agree with you, Gen X. However, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's not her. Okay, no worries. However, if your wife is getting her ass handed to her, you better step up. That's the only thing now, right? That's why I said I don't think she should be hosting these conversations, facilitating these conversations about what him and Destiny had, because automatically as a wife is going to put you in a position to be looked at differently. See, what's love and what's tight and solid don't need to be defended. Either he needs to shut it down and say, that's not how me and my wife are coming on this show. We got enough power. We got enough oomph. We got enough intellect. We got enough money to come up on the show and stand on our own 2 feet without having to talk about Destiny, especially if she's as bad as everybody says as she is. Now, do I agree? Y'all know. Yeah, I do. But there's so many other dynamics to it. You get what I'm saying? That have not been addressed by Moses, in my opinion.
See, for me, I think that it was a quid pro quo situation. Like, we're saying that And I understand exactly what you're saying, Queen. But I also think that they threw her a bone too. Just like, you had pointed out, she probably needed the money. So for her, as narcissistic and messy as she is, she really thought that coming on the show, I think bringing Sunni and then Sunni and Moses being on, she always thinks that she's right. She's never wrong. So it was like she felt like this was going to be her opportunity to really put them on blast, like they're being put on blast, and make her seem like, I was done dirty, I was done wrong. But I just feel like it was a quid pro quo. Like, just as they brought it to the show, them bringing it to the show, then threw her a bag. That's my opinion.
All right, Justice. I know you've been trying to jump in. What are your thoughts?
Oh, goodness, Queen. Good evening, everybody on the panel. I just want to say that I think that everybody's getting played, really. I think Sunni and Moses are being played and used in order to bring Destiny here, because it took her coming back in order to keep Hotel here, because that's my bro. And I want to say that when he made that statement that almost ruined the season for CK, CK was angry, but this Hotel's still here, but here comes Destiny. And that's his sis. And the last little advertising we saw, they drinking wine and blah, blah, blah. And this is a gaslighting at its finest. And it's CK's gaslighting. I would not be surprised if Sunni and Moses would not take back their power, because right now Destiny is riding on their shoulders at the instructions of the master puppeteer. And they are allowing it to be done in order for Sunni to switch her position from producer to become a star. I would not put it past this situation to be a verbal or written agreement that this is how we're going to do this. And they all got together around that table. And this is how we do it. And this is what you're going to do. And because that's what he does. This smells, CK, like you walking through a dump smelling funk. This smells CK. Because it's no way in the world that Sunni, being as intellectually able to speak as she is, she's next to Mel. She is a fine speaker. She's accomplished. She's been places. She's going places. She's doing things. These are all the elements that they need in order to create a mess. We've been through this before. We've already seen this play out. It's now history repeating itself. Same old song, just a different drummer. Nothing has changed. Now we got Kimmy and Tisha. I call her Stank. We got them two saying to Sunni what they said to Mel. You bougie. This is what they're saying. This is a repeat. The only thing I have to say as of going forward, yes, Moses do need to speak, but he needs to say only one thing. I chose who I chose. And that's it.
All right.
And you don't have to explain why. You don't have to explain how long. They don't have to do that. They husband and wife. They don't have to explain anything unless they part of the game. Now, if they part of the game, they're ordered to keep this mess going so we can keep viewing, because they know that a lot of people have fell off. Ratings were down. And prior to this coming up, Destiny did the interview with the puppeteer and all this kind of stuff. This was a setup if I ever saw one. But now that they're here, now that Sunni is here, she needs to take her role. If you're going to come in here and say you're a wife, you better act like one, because you don't know us. We are millimeters, and we're going to call you out. But I have nothing against Sunni. I have nothing against Moses. They're husband and wife. If he was married before, that's between him, Sunni, and the ex, him, Destiny, and the ex. It has nothing to do with this show and what they're bringing to the table right now. Their husband, their wife. I want to know, Sunni, what's your future plans? I want to know what your gross income. I want to know what are your organizations you into. This is what I want to know. I want to know where Moses work at. I want to know if y'all got a business together. I'm not interested in how many times he screwed Destiny, because it's probably not too many men on there that haven't. Hello, I said it. So if you really want a storyline, I suggest CK.
Thank you. I was going to tell you, play it.
I suggest CK go back to the drawing board and bring out the truth on Dusty and Hotel. What they call it, a Dusty Hotel. Bring out the truth on that. And then we got a storyline for her because that's all they
Lord have
pitching right
mercy.
now.
All right, let me pause. Y'all are on fire today.
We
Let
love
me
you,
switch it up.
Justice.
Hold on. Let me switch it up real quick. Listen, if you are not a priority panelist and you've had the pleasure of speaking, I'm going to ask you to drop down. I got to get a few more people in, and then you're more than welcome to come up. I'm going to bring you right back up if you are not a priority panelist. If you are,
Okay,
you are
I'm
good to
going
go.
down.
You hold on, everybody. Gigi, you up next. Give me 1 second. Give me 1
Oh,
second.
hell no. No, ma'am. I
What?
told you drop me.
Who said that?
Me.
Who is me?
Gigi, I told you drop me down because she dropped the mic, that last lady. I'm
Drop
done.
you down.
Yeah, I'm done. She already said it. I'm done. I'm tired of this. I'm
Okay.
done. I love
Okay.
y'all. Though. I got to go.
All right, girl.
All right, love you.
Love you too. We'll see you next time.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Hold on, y'all. We got to switch it up because it's
Money, money, money,
flowing.
money comes to
Yeah.
me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me. Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money comes to me flowing effortlessly by way of JD with a 20 piece and a pepper. He said, hey, intro music has me hyped. Got up from my desk to dance. Listen, you better sit down before your boss see you, especially if you're supposed to be working. But we are glad you are here and you pulled up. Welcome to the palace. Janice Walker with a 20 piece and a pepper says, do you really know when Sunni and Moses got married? Sunni, Moses, can you drop it in the chat, please? When did y'all get married? When did y'all go down to that courthouse? She says, I think they have been married longer than what they are saying. I believe this is a distraction. All three are playing in our faces. Well, they are here. Let's see what they got to say. When did y'all get married? All right, Samantha Elvie. Samantha be coming up with those angel numbers. She got me a 2-piece. What? And I'm going to say some fries. We feel nothing for Destiny. Nothing. And she said what she said. Cynthia Scott with a 10 piece and a pepper says, I am sorry. Shit happens. And sometimes we don't have the entire story. Listen, I know that's right. And she came back, y'all, because she got that money comes to me. She put down a 10 piece and says, if I was Moses, I would not come up on the panel laughing out loud, not tonight, to defend what he did in his first marriage. Not that. No, I agree. What's done is done. Yeah, that's an excellent point. All right, Samantha Elvie came back, y'all. She got her tax return. She got a 7-piece. She says, let Destiny explain why LeBaric had a DNA test and divorced after 3 weeks. What happened to Madani and why was she arrested? Her being a single mother. Ooh, y'all got some tough questions tonight. Ooh, Lord Jesus, I would not want to be under fire. Okay. Sunni and Moses, they would like to know, if it isn't love, why do I feel? They want to know when y'all got married. Okay. So let's go to Miss Deborah. You got the floor.
Well, hello, everyone. Hello. And if
Hello.
Sunni and Moses are in the chat, I think they are. I'm not down in the chat. Thank you for coming. Hopefully we can get some questions answered, but honestly, you really don't have to. I think If you listen to and her I interview, she's been promoting her movie on Tubi. That's really exactly. what she's been doing with her publicity. She's Well, not talking about her marriage as much as she's mm, promoting her new project on well, Tubi. well, I was going to get to that. And I don't have a problem with that, to be quite honest, because anybody coming on this show should use this platform to promote themselves. I do. I don't have a problem with that. And by the way, I looked at the first episode and I'm going to continue to watch it. So I did. I watched the first episode. I like what I saw. I like the fact that it looks like they used some local talent from Detroit, which I think is wonderful. So yeah,
Okay.
congratulations, Sunni. I'm enjoying your series so far. So other than that, to be quite honest, I honestly don't care anything about Destiny. Number one, in this situation, we never even got to know Moses. The only thing we saw that I can remember are a few pictures posted on social media. We never knew them as a couple.
We only heard she had a man. That saw no evidence of it other than a few pictures on social media. So I don't know how to feel about that. The bottom line is they're married no matter how they got together. In my opinion, it was messy to even bring this to the show. I'm in search of Black excellence here. I don't see that. I really don't even know why Destiny is on the show. Honestly, I think she serves no purpose. I do actually think Sunni and Moses may have a purpose because they had businesses. So if they're using the show to promote themselves, good for them. Don't know how they got together, why they got together. I don't care. The way they got together, maybe it's a little messy, but guess what? We never knew the whole story with him and Destiny and Moses. So I'm not that invested. I'm looking forward to seeing what the show is going to do in terms of business. I'm tired of the mess. I'm tired. I don't care who Moses slept with. I don't care. That's his business. That's between him, his God, and his wife. So Destiny, just get over it. I think if anything, she may be embarrassed by what happened because it looks like he leveled up and he found somebody that's a go-getter and they're going and getting it together. So I don't have a problem with Moses and Destiny. Sunni and Destiny. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. Sunni and Moses. Congratulations on your nuptials. I pray to God blesses your marriage. I hope it works for you. Any mess that's there, it's gonna come out anyway. So I don't care. I don't care. Good for you. And yes, I'm watching your show.
All
So
right.
that's what I came to say.
All right. We try to be fair over here, honey. You're going to get a little bit of this and a whole lot of that. You see, Miss Deborah says she already finished the first episode.
Yep.
And we thank
Uh-huh.
you, Miss Deborah. We appreciate
Mm-hmm.
it. She's also a priority panelist. Now, you know you ain't got to drop down if you don't want to.
Okay. I'm gonna mute myself. If
Okay.
if it comes a time when you need somebody to drop down, I'll be happy to. But I
Okay.
might
No
have something else to say about something else. All right. Thanks for listening. All right.
You no problem. Let me go through real quick. Make sure I got hold on, y'all. Work with me. So I will say this. I don't think Sunny needs to pipe down. Your personality is your personality. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it would be beneficial to her to pipe down. I think Moses could balance it out so that she's not the bad guy. So when I'm saying, where are you, Moses? Like, where's Waldo? Don't let your wife take a stray because of your choices. Get out there in front of her. Give her time to rest, to be in her soft girl era. Yeah, I know she got it. Most of us do as Black women. That don't mean you stand back and watch me work. Y'all get what I'm saying, panelists?
Period.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
If
Mm-hmm.
you don't say nothing else besides get up off my wife, that's it. Get up off of her.
That's it.
Yeah.
But say something better than that. Say, I didn't want you. Say that.
That's
He
Make
better.
my
married
day.
That's better.
Sunny. She knows.
Make my day. Say, I didn't want you.
All right, we're going to drop the link for Moses, but Miss Shirley, you go ahead and go while we wait for Moses to come up and just speak. Okay, let's do it. Go ahead, Miss Shirley. Shirley, you're on mute. You got to hit your mic.
Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. First of all, I want to say that picture you got up there, a stank face, you couldn't have put a better picture. This is my thing. Sunny doesn't owe Destiny anything. Destiny is a user. She's getting her karma. Deal with it. And you're not going to sit down and have no sit down with my husband. But what? You his ex. What y'all need to talk about? If you do, I'm going to be present. And I said what I said. Period. Sunny don't owe nobody no explanation. She's the wife now. Forget all of them. You the wife. You don't have to explain nothing to nobody. And Moses needs to stand up and speak up for Sunny.
All right. She said what she said. Cheryl, you got the floor.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. How you doing, Queen? How you doing?
Good. Welcome.
Good. Well, thank you. Listen, my thing is this. How Sunny went about doing this was wrong. Definitely. How she went about doing it. But if I don't recall, Melody Cherie Rogers is Destiny's boss. And that didn't stop her from running around with Martell, pretending to be Melody's friend, listening to all Melody's problems, Melody confiding in her, telling her everything Martell was doing to her, only for her to go back and report it back to Martell. She was a wife. She's the mother of his 4 children. And she went back reporting everything back to Martell, what Melody confided in her about. She did that to a wife. And she's still teaming up with Martell to take Melody down, allegedly, in my opinion. But then she sits here now and want to play victim. When she did it to a wife, Melody was her boss. And she's still running around with Melody's ex-husband, calling him 5 in the morning. What Melody said, 5 in the morning. Just disrespectful to a wife/ex-wife and the mother of his 4 children. She's on live with her children at some cheesy cheese factory, some cheesy birthday for Martell, sitting next to the woman and the man who went against Melody and disrespected her and tried to take her down on social media and to try to take out revenge P against her. She's sitting there with these 2 people, okay? But then she don't think Karma gonna spin her block? Well, guess what? Karma spent the block. Yeah, Sunni was wrong how she went about it, but Karma spent her block. So now she know how Melody felt when she was gallivanting around here with her husband, ex/ex-husband. And she's still trying to take Mel down. Her whole interview was about Melody. Okay? So when you do something to somebody, look for it to come back. What goes around comes around. This is how Melody felt when she did that to Melody. She paid her bills. She was a good friend to her. For her to then turn around and be Martell's little spy. Go back and tell Martell everything this woman has said to her and done. And she want to talk about girl code, girl bye. She need to stop. Because she knows she was dead wrong. Sunni's dead wrong. And Sunni, you better watch out for this man. Because anytime a man tell you he was seeing several women while with another woman, she never should have married him in the first place. Then she wouldn't be in this predicament. You never should have married him, period. No man gonna tell me that. I don't know what you got. You've been with several women. And
oh my God.
Allegedly. I don't know this for a fact. It's alleged that he was married also. Seeing him then. So, Destiny, stop playing victim. Karma, you are not you're not exempt from karma. Period. You running with the man that's trying to take another woman down. A great mom, an entrepreneur, successful, beautiful. You running with the man that's trying to take her down. And then you wonder why Sunni came on the scene. It's called karma. It's spin your block. Period. Right. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Miss Cheryl. Thank you for pulling up and laying it out.
Thank you.
What you putting down? Me up. All right, I'm gonna drop you down. Okay, let me.
Thank you.
It's gonna look like I'm kicking you out, but I promise I'm not slamming the door. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. Lala, priority panelist, all the way from the UK. I'm not sure of the time zone, but I know it's late. But you here?
It's hella late, Queen.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening. Well, good morning to me.
Welcome.
It's 5 to 3 a.m. I was about to go to sleep. I had a long ass night. I was about to go to sleep. I saw you live. I was like, do you know what? I gotta say my piece. Okay. So thank you for giving me the floor, Queen. I hope you're well. I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day.
Thank you. I did, Lala. I'm just smiling from ear to ear, but go ahead because you're talking.
Okay, so I have it. Cheryl, my girl, has always just preached. My thing is, okay, Sunni, like this whole thing about loyalty, where's the girl code? First of all, let's keep it real. Loyalty is reserved for your family and friends, not your bloody co-workers. Do you understand me? Co-workers. It ain't reserved for them. Okay. One, girl code where none of those women on that show have girl code. None of them have girl code. They are disrespectful, pick-me-shiz, male-identified women on that show. None of them supported that woman when she was going through a really toxic, bad divorce and marriage. None of them. But they want now all of a sudden they're all about girl code. Miss me with that bullshit. Do you understand me? Miss me with that. I'm not saying Sunny's right the way she got her man. But it's the year 2024. You get your man how you get your man. It don't matter. She don't owe Destiny nothing. Do you understand me? Nothing. She was her producer. She did her job. Well, she tried, bless her. She tried to do her job and try and get a storyline for the chick. But that loser ain't had no storyline because she had a gag order against her from her husband. So she couldn't say nothing while her husband divorced her and left her only a few weeks after giving birth. Now tell us that story, boo. You ain't victim nowhere.
Ooh.
I have never seen you as a victim and I will never see you as a victim. You had a best friend who supported you in your time of need, gave you money to pay your bills and keep your lights on, and you turned on her and started rolling with her ex-husband. Why? You sleeping with him? But
Woo.
you want loyalty from your producer? Make that make sense, boo. It's not making sense to me, Queen. So Sunny, in my eyes, she ain't did no wrong. It's 2024, boo. Get your man how you get your man. Loyalty is only reserved for your family and your friends, not co-workers. My co-workers are my co-workers. It's good morning and goodbye by the end of the evening. Do you understand? Like we ain't here to be friends. Yes, you know, they might have had a really good rapport and they built something that was, you know, they were able to call each other certain time of the time, evening or day, whatever, and get, you know, things just get things off their chest. I get that. But friendships and, you know, I thought we were building something. You ain't building nothing with co-workers, boo. Like, miss us with that. Destiny, you ain't a victim. You ain't a victim and you never be a victim. This whole woo me, I never got the support, that Melody got the support. You didn't because you're a backstabbing, hating ass, delusional woman and nobody cares about you, boo. No one cares. If your man is leaving you after 15 years of knowing you, but married a woman in 6 months, boo, that says a lot about you and not the man.
Oh shit, la.
Sorry, Queen. I just have
No,
to say
I
it.
mean, like, listen, Moses is up here, y'all. First of all, I think Moses is like me. I think both of our
Oh,
mouths are dropped because, girl, you listen to the
Queen, I
sound
might
of
have
my
to.
heart.
Okay, well, I wasn't being disrespectful, was I?
No, you shit. You cooking. We gonna let you cook. We gonna let you cook. But
Okay, okay. I just had to
L'Oreal.
say what I had to say. I'm sorry. Like, if people don't, you know, understand where I'm coming from, it is what it is. It's my opinion, and I stand by it.
All
At
right.
the end of the day, to me, she ain't done nothing wrong. And the one thing I will say about Moses, though, sorry, sir, but where you lost me is the fact that you did not protect your wife because she's your wife now. You did not protect her when these people were coming at her because the real issue is you. It's not Sunny. It's you because you had the relationship with Destiny, not Sunny. So that's the only thing I would say about him. But for me, for Sunny, Shane done nothing wrong in my eyes.
All right. Well, let's give Moses an opportunity. L'Oreal, can you hold on for me? You're after Moses. L'Oreal, I'm gonna let you go after Moses. What I want to do, because it can kind of be sometimes if it's your first time coming up here, Moses, it can be kind of nerve-wracking. In hindsight, when it comes to your wife, Sunny, do you wish you would have done anything different about the introduction of the relationship? You got the floor. Welcome. Moses, you got the floor. You're on mute.
Hello.
All right. Welcome, Moses.
How y'all doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Fine.
Thank you for coming up.
All right.
I promise we're gonna be nice. Now, Sunny said that you're a man of not a lot of words, so I want to make sure that I want to give you the floor and not blindly. I'm gonna help you with some of it, some questions, and then wherever you feel like you need to go with it. When you look back in hindsight with the introduction of the relationship, when it comes to protecting your wife, now that you know what you know, do you feel like there's anything you would do differently? If so, what? You went back on.
Yeah, I just feel like I should have told Destiny a lot sooner. You know, it just like I said, I was texting her, supporting her through what she was going through in a way. And I didn't want to really hurt her feelings, telling the truth, right? But deep down, once I knew I met my wife and we got to talking when I met her, and I knew it was going to where it was going with, I should have let her know. And I'm wrong about that. So that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Are you open for questions?
Yeah, I want to talk my spiel for real. So
Okay, good.
get
Let me
on out the way.
this.
All right, like I said, like I heard in the podcast, I seen Destiny left January 3rd of 2023. I haven't seen Destiny at all. My birthday come up in April. She don't come and see me. She doing everything else. I'm looking out a little bit, and I try to put her down, and I'm, doing what I'm supposed to do. I haven't seen her 120 days. So I had a conversation with her. I'm like, man, we might as well be friends. I ain't seen you. I'm working, got my business going. You handling your business. We should just be friends, because we've been friends for over 15 years. And I just said, we should just call the relationship off, right? That's why she said the 5-month thing.
Okay.
Not trying to get the timelines all like that, because some people misconstrue what I be saying when I try to explain. So months after that, I haven't seen her. So I kind of got outside. Summer came around, got outside, started dating like I was single. And that's when I got to run into my wife. I've seen her a few times. In July, we exchanged numbers because we both in the same field, real estate. I got a logistics company. I got a lot of things going on, but I ain't here to express that either. But yeah, it just, the way it went down, it looks bad, but we's professional. Like, my wife never messed with me while she was producing Destiny, while she worked on the show. Now, I'm wrong for not reaching out to Destiny and let her know.
Thank you.
I'm guilty of that. But far as our relationship, I found the one for me, and people don't understand that, and they're just gonna have to. So like I say, I don't really be doing all this talking. I got business to handle, and people got things going on in their life that they need to handle, but everybody want to speak on us. I know, and the only reason my wife came out a little aggressive at the podcast, because they was coming at her aggressive. My wife is not normally aggressive like that, but when she feels like people attacking her, she do stand up and say what she feels she got to say. And when it comes to a lot of that on that podcast, they edit a lot and wouldn't let me speak how I really spoke, So with that being said, that's just what it is, And I hope I gave you what I was looking for, but I always protect my wife because we know what we got going on. But it ain't for me to try to prove to the world or to people who gonna think what they want to think anyway. So I just lay on back and let it play out and keep living my life, keep loving my wife. That's how I do it,
Well, I love, first of all, how you came out and you assigned the correct title. My wife, my wife, my wife. Number 2, you set the scene straight. Me and my wife were not formally together like that while she was Destiny's producer. That's the second thing. The third thing, I like the fact that you came out and acknowledged where you could have, there was an opportunity where you could have stepped in and initiated the conversation with Destiny. You know what, in hindsight, now that I know, I probably could have picked up the phone and done that. That's the fourth thing he's done. My other thing is, I want to clarify, because I want to make sure I didn't make the wrong assumption. When I started off this commentary today, Moses, I did the math. I said, and I guess it's a strong assumption on my part as a woman. I said, I feel like Destiny came to visit you in St. Louis in January for New Year's. Would that be right or wrong?
She did.
That's okay. That's correct. Okay, got it. I just want, because normally we go off into, how women are now. That intuition helps us a lot. My other thing is, what made you sit down with her on camera for the show? Take a second and think about it. Why do you feel like you had to give her that conversation? We haven't seen it yet, but what was going on in your head when you sat in front of her?
Because they asked me to, and it was like mutual people that we both know, that I know, she know that I know, felt that we might even need to sit down and have a talk. And for me to explain that I was wrong for not reaching out to her, just give her that much.
Okay. From here on out, protect your marriage. I don't give a damn if it's Carlos King. My recommendation is, in honor of your wife, I ain't giving nobody else. I wouldn't recommend you give nobody else a conversation, period, point blank. That's just my recommendation. What do y'all think, panel? Don't drop down. Would you want your husband from here on out? He did they asked him to. Do he owe her anything else after this?
No.
And if it was going to be a conversation between him and Destiny, the wife should have also been present too. They should have asked them to have the discussion, not him, because they're a unit.
I hope Moses understand that this is TV and that there's a lot of people pulling a lot of strings, and they'll do it at your risk. So when you're asked to do anything in the future, get with your wife before you answer, and y'all discuss what are the risks in this, and are we being used, manipulated, or set up? Is it to our advantage to do this? And when you and your wife come to an agreement, a mutual agreement, then give them your answer, but never answer off the cuff ever again.
Wisdom.
That is
Wanted
true.
to say
Hi,
something really
ladies.
quick. I think he wanted to say something real quick. Go ahead, Moses. I see you're off mute.
This is actually Sunny.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Sunny.
I'm sitting here too.
All right. Welcome.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi. I will say that you all are very classy with how you're putting your opinions out. So I respect both the pros and the cons because I'm able to see both sides of, the situation. So, you guys are respectful. So I appreciate that. That's why we came on here live. Ebony sent me the link. So I was like, let me just check it out. We didn't really have no intentions on speaking because we're not supposed to speak a lot unless, we're asked to. But if anything you want to ask me before we get off, you can ask me.
As a professional, Sunny, and just like me and you talking, let's just, if nobody, it's hard to pretend nobody else is here. But do you feel like you could have been a little bit more tender with the situation? And if so, how?
So they didn't play this part of the episode or the podcast. But when I first initially came out, I told my intentions was to show, grace and to show remorse for the situation. Because the thing is, I never want to see another woman's pain. I don't get off on that. That's not my character, even though that's the character that is being displayed or portrayed or whatever. But I ain't gonna lie to you. After hearing so many YouTube interviews and before we've even said anything with somebody slandering my character, I'm going to be on the defense. I'm not, and then the crowd is booing and screaming and basically cussing us out. They don't show that part. And so I'm like, I'm getting to mama bear mode. I'm like, oh no, you're not going to just sit up here. I don't have that grace yet to just be soft and gentle in the face of chaos. I ain't there yet. God's still working on me when it comes to that. But if we're calm, you see how my temperature was much different with Kimmy and Tisha because it was more calm, even though she said some words that, I had to say some things too, but it was just like, I can just talk and be logical. I don't have to feel like I'm on defense mode, but that's where I was feeling. That's what I was feeling at that moment. So.
Can I ask you one more question? I don't want to hold you long. Okay. This is going to be a tough one, Sunny. And I hope you feel comfortable being completely transparent. When you first saw him, was there an initial unspoken attraction? If you were to keep it 1,000% real.
I said he's attractive. I'm not going, a blind man can see that. I'm not going to sit here and say, but it wasn't like, ooh, I want her man. I was like, he's a nice looking man. And I'm around celebrities and people all the time. Like, it's not uncommon for me to see a nice looking person on set and still remain professional. So it wasn't like I was gawking or plotting. Things really just happened. Again, we're from the same city. So as we said, we start running into each other at family events. I didn't realize he was that close to my family. And I didn't really consider anything at that moment when they were dating. To me, he was off limits because he was in a relationship. I'm not that desperate for a man that I have to be gawking at someone's man. For me, it was, okay, that's her man. Keep it moving. We barely even spoke, any of that during the course of the times that they were together. So that's that on that.
Is it worth it? Was he worth it? What you get in the output as a husband, when you look at him, do you say, nigga, you was worth all that and then some?
Sacrificing a surface level relationship with destiny? Absolutely. I have my husband, my life partner, my business partner, my friend.
the person I'm going to build wealth with, family. Yeah, absolutely.
Well said.
All
Yes,
right, that's
ma'am. And
all.
I'll do
That's
it
all
again.
we're saying.
And I'll do it again.
Now,
So, so
And she
before,
said what she said.
well, Sonny,
so,
I'm trying
so
to pull you up out of there.
wait a
But
minute, hold on. This is Deborah.
Oh my God.
Before you go, Sunny, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your series.
Thank you.
I have watched the first episode. I am going to continue to watch. Girl, I've been out here door dashing to make my little money. So as soon as I sit down, I'm going to binge watch and get caught up. But I did see the first episode, so I do want to
Yeah.
congratulate you on that. I think you did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Also, I'm going to be the one, well, other people have said it, but I want to congratulate you on your marriage. Doesn't matter. You are married now, you and your husband. I wish you well.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing your story. Once we get past the mess, I'm looking for the Black excellence. I'm still looking.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that you guys can bring that aspect to the show,
Yep.
so we can pivot away from mess. Honestly, yeah, and I'll say I'm proud of you as a young Black woman going to do, being promoting yourself. Get as much out of this show as you can, elevate as much as you can, because that's what everybody should be doing. I wish that for everybody on the show, honestly. So
All right.
before you drop down, I just wanted to say congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
And we
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you coming up because, I mean,
We
you
all
could have
do.
sat in the chat and just chill, but we appreciate you, both of you, taking a chance on the palace, coming up and just kind of facilitating a few answers around the questions that we have. So we wish nothing but the best for you. And I'm a challenge y'all to stand on business when it comes to your marriage and not let executive producers play with y'all. That's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you all.
You're
Bye.
so welcome.
Bye,
All right.
Sunny.
Bye,
Bye,
Sunny.
Moses.
Good night, guys.
Bye, Sunny
Thank
and
you for sharing.
Moses.
All right. So Palace, make sure y'all show them love because that they didn't have to come up, right? This was not like a scheduled interview or anything. They came up in peace. They were very professional, very kind. Moses stood on business. He says he's a man of few words. He don't really do this, but for the Palace, he came up. So I appreciate it. L'Oreal, what are your thoughts?
I don't know no more. I want to say it, but I know the timing is off. All I want to say is I know a player when I see a player.
But
That's
listen,
a player, baby. That's a player.
but L'Oreal, can you say that a conversation can clear up a lot?
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah.
So you do
But
know. You
L'Oreal,
said you don't know, so you really do know what you're thinking.
I don't have no change of heart about it, really. I don't like to be in the clouds.
L'Oreal, come on, L'Oreal. Come on, L'Oreal.
Bye, y'all.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
L'Oreal, that's her husband, man. Come on now.
Come on, L'Oreal.
Come on, L'Oreal. Give him a chance.
Ooh, Mary. Like 227. Ooh, Mary. Come on, L'Oreal.
Nah. That's a player, baby. I feel they both the same boat. We'll see. Time will tell, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. So, hey, it is what it is. But time. Give it time. Give it time. We'll see.
Y'all are hilarious. Okay, L'Oreal. L'Oreal, get out of here.
Bye, y'all.
L'Oreal. I love her name, L'Oreal. Oh my God, I love her name. Chessa Shak. Okay, now you're going to have to help me with your name. Chessa Sakatika.
No, sorry, Shakti.
Oh, okay. There we go. Welcome.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to come up because I just had two things to say. I feel like two things could be true at the same time. While Destiny can be a bit hard to swallow, right? I just don't think that any woman, regardless of how you got your man and all of that, should have that much animosity in their when they're speaking about her. It just seems like she's upset with
Destiny for some reason. It's like your piece of relationship and this, and that. I understand men can choose and all that, but it's still they have a type, right? So I mean that's just where I'm coming from. Like men have a type, right? So I don't know if her uh her personality type or whatever is not giving me too much different than Destiny, to be quite honest with you. With the it just seems like she's angry. And while I agree that Sunny didn't owe her the loyalty, I do agree that the loyalty should have came from Moses, because I don't give two craps. Okay, you do not marry somebody I introduced you to, bro. And we've been friends for 15 years. That's just my stance on it, and I wanted to say that. Like I don't feel like she has to put down their relationship or downplay their relationship or anything to uplift her own, you know?
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Thank
And
you.
that's
I
strong.
appreciate
Strong and
you.
fair. All right, Kim Green. Kim, I'm not gonna play with you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play with you, Kim, because I know how you be. Go
Okay,
ahead.
but can I be honest? Okay, I really do ask God to, give them some grace on their marriage because they're married now. But God really would probably have to just really like kick me into the arms of a person that I was associated with to marry. I would have to really, really know. Boop. I mean, he had to really pick his foot up and kick me in the church and we get married. Because if I know, even if I just know you, let's say hypothetically, I know you, Queen, and we just talk on here and you're dating someone and then I end up marrying him. I would never come back on the show. I would not have came to the show to explain anything. If God brought us together, that's it. That's all. We don't have to explain anything. We just go on. And then Dusty Destiny wouldn't have a storyline. I said what I said.
All
I don't,
right.
I don't
Baby
feel
good
sorry for
today.
either one of them, because if you look, we can look at it that Sonny's right, Destiny's right, Moses right, and whoever else. Who knows? Destiny probably was sleeping with him. Who knows? Who really cares? But the thing is that I can be associated with you. I'm not gonna sleep with that man because I'll be sitting back thinking how they did it. I can't do it. That's all I got to say. I said what I said.
And she said what she said. All right, let me jump to super chats. Give me 1 second and we'll do our final thoughts. We're going to end. If you are not a priority panelist, I need you to drop down. I got people trying to get in through the back while I go through the super chats. Give me 1 second. Here we go, y'all.
I need $131 so I can go ahead and pay for my phone bill online instead of going into the store and paying it. If y'all don't support me, if y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, then that's okay. I'ma just not even ask anymore. I'ma just not even be on Instagram. Y'all not gonna hear from me ever again. Y'all not gonna hear from me no more.
Listen, I need $131 to pay my phone bill online, and Fit Diva 1979 is coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, Sunny, you are now the wife, and Destiny needs to talk about her current situation, which is not Moses. Listen, let me tell you something. Say it again, say it again. You are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Fit Diva 1979, advocate for injustice, is coming through with a 20-piece. She's coming in hot. Great show on the Palace tonight. Destiny and them people, too much. Shaking my head. Listen, way too much, especially when you came in through the back door. That's all I'm saying. I can see it. I see a little bit of improvement, areas for improvement all the way around. I'm just trying to be fair. So advocate for injustice got that money comes to me because she gifted one Queen Sheba Darling membership. Congratulations to the lucky recipient of that. Sugar Eason says he do owe her a talk. Let me put it this way, Sugar. If it was your man, your husband, your forevermore, would you want him showing up on camera for another woman? Because she's emotional. that she didn't get the closure she needs. And she needs a paycheck. Because remember, every time they show up in a scene, they get paid. Would you keep that same energy? I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but would you feel that way about your man? Sugar, drop that for me in the chat. Let me know. Let me know if the shoe were on the other foot. 41 Fit coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. Yeah, she says, dropping my coins in the collection plate. All hell to the queen. Thank you, queen, for showing up. I know it's late. I know y'all got to work in the morning. We finna wrap this thing up with positivity like we always do. Sweet thing. Whoa, whoa, sweet thing. With $5 on it. Listen, she says, ask Moses. Ooh, ask Moses why he didn't marry Destiny, what made Sunni wifey material and not Destiny. I think he said it. He said, that's my wife. That's it. Period. 41 Fit came back with that money comes to me with a 2-piece and a pepper. She says, much respect to Moses and Sunni for coming up. I agree. Impromptu, just because. Absolutely. Thank you, Moses and Sunni. Somebody's mama, AAW 1976 with a 5-piece says, L'Oreal, we see each other. What that mean? What y'all in there? Y'all talking shit in the chat? All right. Margaret Kaira with a 10-piece and a pepper, honey. Margaret feels so strong about what she's saying. She didn't even put a caption on it. That's the way. I like it. I love it. All right. Let's see. Bad Apple. You got the floor.
Hey, Queen. How y'all doing this
Hey,
evening? I just wanted to say I don't have anything against Stormy. I'm sorry, not Stormy. I always want to call Sunny Stormy for whatever reason, but I don't think Sunny did anything wrong. Honestly, if Moses did say that he told Destiny that it was time for them to just be friends, I don't think he did anything wrong either. Yeah, he could have told her about him and Sunny sooner, but it is what it is. They're married now. And as far as the girls requesting girl code, these are the last women who could be asking for girl code, because Tisha knew about Martell and his shenanigans, but she didn't say anything to Melody. Kimmy even said that she understands Melody not being able to trust them or not trusting them because they all knew what was going on. So my thing is, how dare they be asking for girl code from somebody when they don't have girl code for the person who gave them their job? I mean, that is so wild to me that you're asking for girl code, but you don't give girl code. That's just crazy to me. My only thing about the whole situation with Sunni and Moses and Destiny as well, I don't think any of them should be on the show. I'm totally not interested in this storyline at all. I think it's tired. I think it has absolutely no substance. I don't really want to see any of them. Now one of them, not the whole trio. My motto is throw the whole triangle away.
What if they took Destiny out and introduced Sunni and Moses just as a new couple? Would that be more suitable?
What's the purpose of them? They live in St. Louis.
Let's just say just as a new couple, right? Just like the Fletchers, just as a new couple until we get a better feel. What if you just looked at it from that angle, or are you sold completely on how you feel?
Well, the first time we saw Moses, he was with Destiny. And if Destiny is not on the show, then what? I mean, I realize that's why they brought Destiny back, so they can bring Moses and Sunni on. But I don't see the purpose for either of them, for any of them.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Because number one, in order for Sunni and Moses to make any sense on the show, you would have to bring Destiny. And nobody wants to see Destiny. I personally, I don't want to see her on my TV screen at all. Nowhere, to be honest.
So if they disconnect, that's what I'm
And
saying.
without destiny, there's no purpose. Hmm?
Oh, okay. So you said without destiny, you still feel the same way.
Yeah, without destiny, what is the purpose of Moses and Sunny being on the show?
Let me ask the panel. Let me kick it to Courtney or Sugar or whomever want to take this. In your opinion, let's just take destiny out the okay, let me ask y'all this. Do you feel like Love and Marriage producers messed up by connecting destiny to Sunny and Moses?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Because nobody wants destiny.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Yes.
because we know that's not really why they brought Destiny on the
Right.
show.
Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Let's
So
talk
they may
about
have
that.
overproduced that.
Yeah. They are
Yeah,
the excuse to bring Destiny on the show.
exactly.
I agree.
But Destiny has an
Right.
assignment.
Yep.
Okay, what's Destiny's assignment? Real quick. What's the assignment?
Martell,
Tear down
Bash
Mel.
Martell and Mel.
Mel.
Damn. Okay.
Queen
I got
But
you.
can I just say one thing, Queen, quickly
Sure,
on
go ahead.
about Apple's statement? I'm a petty chick. I'm very petty. I do believe they belong in there only so he could show, she wasn't no wifey material. And then I brought my wife on the show, and I don't owe you no explanations. Where they're going wrong is explaining themselves. I ain't explaining nothing. This is my wife. This is my husband. End of story. You was a non-factor, and you still a non-factor. Goodbye. That's the way I see them, and I want them to be like that on the show, on all of them, the whole cast.
I feel like
All right.
LeBaric already showed us that Destiny was not marriage, wife material. He left her 3 months after their child was born.
I think
That's
they would
the
fit
Destiny
in.
ultimate show.
showed that she wasn't wife material when she had Moses in that house that LeBaric was still paying for.
Right, exactly.
Ooh,
Preach.
ooh,
Preach.
That's true.
Lord have
right
mercy.
there.
Mhm.
Hold on.
And
What you
I
say?
think Queen, they could fit in because Moses said that he's into real estate. Mr. Fletcher is into real estate. Melanie is into builders and property preservation. There's a avenue for them all to hook up and make great money and have a good story and show Black excellence right there.
All
Letitia
right.
can pretend like she's into logistics.
No, Letitia can go home.
I said pretend.
No, go home,
Let me let
Letitia.
Gigi
Yeah,
get
but
in.
what are
Gigi,
what are
go
they
ahead,
doing?
Gigi. Let me let Gigi get in real quick because Gigi's been waiting. Go ahead, Gigi. Gigi, you're on mute, honey. We want you to get in before the ladies. Gigi, you got to come off mute. Mic check. 1, 2, 3 with Gigi. I hope she didn't fall asleep.
No, I couldn't hear you until you said my name
Okay,
again.
there you go.
I couldn't hear you. Well, Good Bad Apple said basically what I was getting ready to say about the whole circle of life with Moses, Destiny, and Sunny. What I was getting ready to say. I was hoping that this storyline would just go away. Watching it on Saturday and seeing how Letitia was coming for Sunny, it kind of pissed me off a little bit because I didn't feel like it was warranted. I mean, you're not Destiny. You don't have, I understand that's your friend, but you don't have to come out hot like that because you're insecure about your own situation. And then the fact that they brought up that we got to, watch our husbands. Nobody wants our husbands. I'm just saying. But when
Because
it
don't
comes,
nobody want hips.
don't nobody want Maurice and don't nobody want Marcel. But the whole trifling thing, when you were coming out because you was tight, that's your insecurity. You can't reflect your insecurity about your marriage on Sunny and Moses. And that's what made me upset about that. The whole girl thing, girl code. I don't think any of them have girl code on that show. So that needs to just go out the window. And I did look at Sunny's interview with Dustin when she said the stuff that Destiny is doing. Then I also heard Carlos said that Destiny is not going to show up until the second half. But we all know this. But what I wanted to say to Sunny and what I wanted to say to Moses, don't let nobody, if you say God gave you this man, then don't let Carlos play with your life like this because I have been married for 32 years. You know what? you don't let people play, you don't let people speak over your marriage. You don't put your marriage through shit like this, because you're gonna have enough drama on your own. But to come, I don't know, we know how much they say Carlos pays. I don't know if they got paid like that too, but even if he didn't and you got paid all the money in the world, if you say that God gave you this man, don't let them put your life through this for just for a bunch of ratings. That's not good at this point. Who, whatever Destiny is doing, I don't give a shit about Destiny. I don't even want to see on my TV. When she came back and said, "Did you miss me?" I said no, and I don't. But I do understand Sunny when she said how she came off hot, because I saw the interview that Destiny did, and it was pretty bad. So I would have been pissed off too. But I'm gonna have to go back and say something that I heard the other day about the podcast. The way Carlos and them introduced them at that podcast, I wasn't there. But for what the viewers saw on the other side, he brought them out like shit on a piece of garbage can. There was no seat for Sunny to sit in. They were cramped up on the stage, just like he was twerking and everything else and talking about the other podcasts. He didn't do that for them. So he wanted bullshit when they came out. Anyway, sorry, y'all. I'm just saying.
No, you got it. You got it. Keep cooking.
Yeah, my whole thing is he brought them out like bullshit because yes, there's more money in his pocket and it's more ways of basically getting better ratings. It seemed like this show is going to be about Sunny and Moses, the millimeters, and a little bit of Revenge P. But I just don't think that Sunny and Moses need to allow this show to, especially because Sunny has said over and over, I believe that God blessed me with this man. Well, if God blessed you with this man, why put it on this show? Because those
Right.
two things don't match. It doesn't match at all. God ain't involved in no mess, and this is mess. So the stuff that they're enduring, Queen, they're doing it on their own because I'm sure they didn't talk to God before they decide to do this. Because I don't see God saying, yes, that'll be helpful for your marriage, because it's not. So at the same point, I hope this is their last year, because you know what, I know they got married at the courthouse, but I'm gonna just say this. When I got married, there was a cord that God wrapped around my husband and myself. And the only two people that was supposed to come between that cord was God. And if you got married and you said that this was who God blessed you with, that cord that's wrapped around you and Moses don't include Destiny. It don't include the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And for them that's on that show, I wouldn't even want my marriage nowhere subjected around none of them. Because ain't none of them got good marriages on that show. So why would you take something wholesome that you said and put it around some shit of Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Mm.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Lord have mercy.
Ever. So I'm just saying it from, look, I have a small circle too, but collectively, from my sisters and my friends, I am surrounded around over 200 years of marriage. I've seen some shit, I've done some shit, and some shit has been happening to me. So when I tell you, don't subject your life that you said. I'm going back what Sunny said. That God said this is my husband. Your tribe said this is your husband. I'm gonna need them to tap into God again and that tribe and get away from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Right, especially if you don't even live in Huntsville.
This is true.
Lord have mercy. All right. Well, she said it. And I think you rocked the mic on that one. With that being said, I am going to have to recycle the panel. If you are not a priority panelist, thank you for coming up. I got to drop you down. Y'all, they are beating on the back door to come up here. They are beating on the back door. My priority panelist. If you are not a priority panelist, I need you to drop down. Y'all, I got my list. Go on and drop down. So I think everybody else up here is good to go. So let's see. All right, y'all, we got the door open to take 2 more callers. After that, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. 2 more. Let me drop the link because y'all been trying to get in all night. Hold on. There we go. All right. Anybody want? Oh, here we go. DC Nay, welcome. Welcome to the stage. DC Nay, mic check. We're going to wrap it. Okay, DC, I'm gonna let you get your audio together. Go on mute for me real quick. I'm gonna drop DC name down. She's having some real bad audio problems. Advocate for against injustice. Welcome to the stage. You got the floor.
Hello, Queen and Palace. How y'all doing?
Welcome, welcome.
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to say, I just think that, just my opinion, that Carlos and his staff, they just kind of deflecting. The issue, the real bad issue is what's been going on with Melanie and this revenge P and this stuff with these kids and everything. And Sunny and Moses, they're I mean they seem, I got a different perspective once they came up. I'm glad they came up because if they didn't I was gonna think something else. But they came up, but I just don't think that Destiny needs to be on the show. I don't have a bit of sympathy for Destiny. I really don't. She has done so much stuff. She just what my grandmother would call a loose woman, you know, and she just do too much. But I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance, but it's just I'm really tired of looking at all of it. All of them are trash to me, with all the Scots and all them, and then they talk about women code. They don't even know what women code is. They not women code.
Mm.
Um, they're not. And I only stay and support the show as much as I can, but I pretty much just listen to you guys, um, with the commentary and everything. But I just think they're deflecting about what's really going on and trying to and bringing in the views. That's just it's just disgusting. But I mean we'll give them a chance. But just talking about Destiny and explaining herself, me and my husband we've been married for 35 years and we wouldn't explain ourselves to nobody. Nobody's gonna come into our marriage and we just don't have to explain it. But Destiny, she got what she deserved, and Sonny's gonna get what she deserved if she didn't do it the right way. That's just it is. And I said what I said. I'm a priority member, but I'm gonna drop down.
All right. No, thank you for coming up. We appreciate you, Queen. We're gonna let you
Okay.
drop down and
Okay.
you
You
have a good
take.
night. All
Okay. You
right.
too. Take care. Okay.
All
All right.
right. And
Bye
Aunt
bye.
Debbie is my final caller. Aunt Debbie, you got the floor.
Hey, Queen Sheba.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
panel.
Debbie.
Hey, Aunt
Hey.
Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
I
Hey there.
have more like a question. My question is this. Moses cleared up about them. He told them just be friends. Okay, he was free. He can make his choice whoever he want to marry. Now, to me, why would Destiny come on there to confront these people? They both single. They got married to each other. You were the past. He didn't choose. He told you we just gonna be friends. That's it. That's all. You can come on there and try to, confront these people about being together. But you couldn't talk about your own marriage. What went on with what you had with your husband that he left you after 3 weeks and never looked back? So I think it's just a bunch of crap. You come over there and try to confront these two people when they both are single. Why you not talking about your own, what you got going on?
I'm gonna put that on Carlos. What y'all think? I think Carlos is I don't know. I think Carlos can be very tricky. I think Sunny's in a very vulnerable position that she has not realized because there's a level of loyalty, whether it's spoken or unspoken, that Carlos is expecting from you. Trust and believe as your former boss, right? Because I had you on, I gave you because you said Love and Marriage Huntsville was your first unscripted opportunity, and now you have him recruiting. Listen, it's a little bit of manipulation in my part by Carlos.
Exactly.
I'm just keep it real from a professional standpoint and a subordinate standpoint because you were already her superior, right? That she worked with, then you bring her back on. So there's a little bit of this and that when it comes to that. And it may not, I can't really lay it out like I want to because I'm in real time and I got to gather my thoughts. But Sunny, I think you're in a very vulnerable position because Carlos is going to utilize you to serve up a multitude of sins. Number one, to put food in Destiny's mouth. Number two, to exploit your marriage and get real messy about it. And number three is your ex-boss. And I know sometimes as women, we think I got it. I see it coming a mile away. That's not the point. The point is when you in it and you in real time, sometimes we can't think quick enough on our feet. And when we go back and we look, we were like, damn. So that's all I'm saying. Panel, and Debbie, does that make a little bit of sense? I may not be right, but that's kind of what my instinct is giving me.
Well, yeah, we know Carlos manipulates and he got both women against each other. But as a woman, you don't let people play you like that. Why would you come on there to make yourself look bad? That's what Destiny is doing. Because after
I agree.
all, that lady say, I'm the wife.
No, it's 10:30. Go to it's
No,
10:40.
no, because so
Huh?
I'm not gonna account, right?
Did somebody say something?
That's
Okay, go ahead. I thought somebody was trying to say something.
And it just looked bad all the way around, you know. But okay.
Destiny does think she's a star. Remember, she said a producer saw her and told her, "You're a star." And she came back saying, "Did you guys miss me?" So there is a part of her that thinks that she belongs here. Put the Moses and all of that stuff aside. She thinks that she's supposed to be there because she has star quality. So I don't know if she realizes that she's embarrassing herself.
I
I don't
think
know. I don't
Destiny
know that she knows that.
I think she
Am I up
manipulates
next,
change for a
Sheba?
piece of change, including let Martell. Ain't nothing funny about you saying my little boy looks like you.
Oh, he was saying he slept with her.
Facts,
He was just
queen.
letting people know.
And
That was hella disrespectful. You ever speak on my child in that manner and you try to insinuate something knowing I was a married woman and had that child while I was married to my husband, and you insinuating that disrespectful. But queen, I'll be honest with you, it just shows you again, they've been allegedly, in my opinion, sleeping together, because no man is going to be saying that about my child.
Exactly. One thing
That's
about
why
Martell, he's gonna get you. He's
right,
gonna
that's
get
why
you.
he
You
did
can't say
that.
nothing.
That's why he did that to her.
he knew he could.
Yeah, he was letting her know, I got something on
I
you
got
too.
you.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. He's warning her. He pre-warned her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she keeps, going every interview she can to say, well, I'm not sleeping with him. No, I'm not. But he said, boo, that could be my child. So you was back in the day sleeping with him or still sleeping with him. Because to me, correct me if I'm wrong, if a nigga calls you at 5 a.m., boo, or 3 a.m., it's a booty call.
Amen.
That's
Llama,
correct. Sorry, not
DC.
sorry.
All right. Let's see if DC Nay. Let's check your mic real quick. One more time, DC. We're gonna try again. You gotta come off mute.
I'm off mute now.
Yes, there you go. You got the
Hey,
floor.
Sheba, love you.
Hey.
Okay, I just have one comment about Destiny. I don't think she deserved this, y'all. I just don't, because she a woman first, and I'm a pro woman. I don't care how we slice it. She's a woman, and we wouldn't want this to happen to us. The way she came in, it was just wrong all the way around the board. And as far as how she felt about Melanie and what she did to Melody, I think only from experience, I feel like Melody came in and she was going through a whole bunch of stuff. And definitely just wasn't important to handle her having to go in that closet for those couple of years and not having on to her. Because I know me, I had to go in my bathroom for 2 years. When I came out, I had a lot of people behind. And unfortunately, they didn't understand. Some people didn't understand that. And the ones that I had to bring with me, I had to go to the mental woman and apologize. Not really apologize, but explain that I needed to go to God on this. So I just think that definitely was a women that just got left behind and she didn't know how to deal with it. Hence the reason why she allowed herself that slimy ass Martell and started doing petty stuff with not Melody back. But I still think she loved Melody. I think she loved Melody.
All
But
right.
she just Melody doesn't suffer anymore. And for that reason alone, I just don't think she deserved it. That's my comment.
All right, that's fair, and that's a different perspective. And there's some aspects of where I can relate. So I thank you for coming up and just standing on business and saying, "Come on, y'all, come
Thank
on."
you.
No problem, no problem. Thank you for coming up. Panel, final thoughts. We're gonna wrap up. final thoughts, 30 seconds or less. What are you taking away from tonight's conversation, or what are you leaving the audience with when it comes to the complexities of everything that's going on? We'll keep it to Sunni and Moses, Destiny, how they're producing, how they're introducing this couple to the show. What are your thoughts? What are you taking away from the conversation, or what are you leaving the audience with when it comes to things that make you go, the Aset Noir?
I am taking away from this conversation the intentions, the integrity, and being true to yourself. It seems like Sunni and Moses are being true to themselves, and I'm rooting for them. Congratulations. Move forward in it. Show the world that Black love exists and you can waver all challenges. That's my final thought.
All right. I think that's a beautiful message. Justice.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them as well. I'm so glad they came up because we had a chance to hear her and him in a not hostile environment. And as she stated, a lot of things was cut out of that podcast. Of course, the puppeteer does that very well. We've seen it all through the shows. And I'm asking Sunni, as one woman to another, as one Christian to another, she keep throwing God out there. So she must believe in his way and his will. So I'm asking her that when she goes into this show for the season, that she let God lead her in how she treat people. And I'm speaking for Melody because normally the MO has been those that come on, I have no problem with anybody. And when you look around, it's a whole nother ball game. And the arrow is usually pointed toward Mel. And I think Mel would be a great asset in Sunny's life. And also I think Sunny could be a great asset in Mel's life because of what they both producers. They both have that experience, and her having that experience. Remember when you were the producer on that show and how the manipulators work. You have an inside view behind the scenes where the cast didn't even hear the conversation. So now you got an upper hand to see how this monster operates. So you be the Ghostbuster and you stand for righteousness' sake because we're watching you. Because you've been up here throwing God. So I'm watching you from a Christian standpoint to see if you stand for anything or do you fall for everything.
All
Thank
right.
you, Queen.
No, thank you, Justice. Deborah, what are your final thoughts?
My thoughts are, I still say I don't think Destiny serves a purpose on the show. That's just my personal opinion. Sunny and Moses, I think they have an opportunity to promote their businesses, show Black excellence. I congratulate them. No matter how they got together, we're here now. I'm going to leave Melody out of this because I don't want her to be thrown into everything. This is strictly Moses, Destiny, and Sunny. So I wish them well. I wish everybody well. And again, I just don't think Destiny serves a purpose. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Deborah. Let's go to So Crafty Lion. You got the floor. What are your final thoughts? What are you leaving or taking away from this conversation? Oh, she dropped? Okay. Probably by accident. Let's go to Kicking It with Courtney.
So I just want to say, I commend Sunny and Moses for coming up. I like that he spoke up for himself and his wife and his marriage. I would suggest to them, the YouTube streets and social media can be brutal. They're in their first year. I wish them the best. Maybe stay off of social media a bit with the comments and just enjoy each other. And I also want to say, also stop letting the invalid validate you. I will never go up for the likes of a Destiny, Kimmy, and Tisha. You'll never see me validating anything that they have to say regarding girl code or whatever. I don't care if they're remotely close to being accurate. I'm not going up for them, period. So that's where I am in this week.
That's a whole word. That could preach this Sunday. That could preach and sell a few fish plates right behind in there, Courtney. Say, don't stop letting invalid validate you. We're going to turn to 1 John 3:16. That was a word, Courtney.
Thank you, Queen. And thank you for letting me up as usual.
Absolutely. Thank you. All of these are my priority panelists. So Crafty Lion, I think you accidentally kicked yourself out. What
I
are your
did.
final thoughts? You got the floor, So Crafty
I'm
Lion.
glad they came up. I'm just gonna wish them the best. Leave of it and watch and see.
Dang, I think your mic went out. It could be me.
It's probably me.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Repeat that,
Okay.
please.
I was saying I agree with Deborah, and I'm for Sunny and Moses. I'm glad they showed up. I'm glad they came up. I'm going to just from this point watch and see what happens. Wish their marriage the best, and watch and see how it all plays out. And I'm gonna leave Mel out of this situation.
All right. All right. I received that. Miss Dorothy, why you in the chat acting a damn fool to my Tory hype bitches? Go to bed, Miss Dorothy. All right. Let's go to Lala. What are your thoughts?
My final thoughts is congratulations to the happy couple. They're married at the end of their point blank period. They need to. I just really would like them to stop explaining. At just full stop. Stop explaining. You married. It is what it is. Anybody got a problem with that? Take it up with God because they said it's a union blessed by God. So take it up with God, like I said. And second of all, I just desperation and being hungry leads you to this path of the devil, and that is where destiny has got to, in my opinion. To come on the show begging and crying over an ex-boyfriend is desperation upon desperation I've ever seen in my life. So I just wish this woman to get well, get it together, because she does have a son, she does have a unwell father at the moment. Get it together and do something else for yourself, like go seek therapy, do something, because you're just making yourself look like a clown on this circus show. I'm sorry, but not sorry. And I just want everybody to understand, like, this is a union blessed by God. So if they leave it at that, they will leave it at that. And I wish them the best. I know some people saying think, you lose them how you get them. Whatever is written for them is written for them. We shall see. You just have to roll it out. And I just wish them the best. And it was great that they came up, Queen, to actually give their side of their story. Because as usual, this show doesn't give the right actual snippet of what's happened. They cut things out of it. So I'm glad they got to explain what they have to do, but I just hope they leave it at that and keep it moving. And I'm excited to see what they bring to the show. I'm excited. Other than this storyline, I want to see what they're doing, what behind the scenes, what kind of businesses they're doing, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for them. Good luck to them.
Thank you, Lala. Thank you. That was beautiful. Sugar, what are your final thoughts?
Um, my final thoughts, whether I agree with some of the things Sunny or Moses have done, I can totally respect that they came up, tonight to at least say their piece. So I respect that. And I wish them well on their journey and in matrimony. As for the show, I'm kind of waiting for their storyline, I guess, to blow over, because my eyes are on Destiny, on what she's on what the real agenda is. But other than that, I enjoyed tonight. I'm sleepy, but I really enjoy everybody tonight. Thank you for allowing me to come up on your panel once again, and peace and blessings to all of you.
It's our pleasure. It's my pleasure when y'all come up. Thank y'all for coming up. Miss Debbie, Aunt Debbie, take us home. Final thoughts.
My final thoughts is I wish the happy couple, congratulations to them. You know, I just hope that Moses protects her and hold his own and not get with the three blind mice. And what I mean by that is them guys on there, the bald heads. Do not get with them. Hold your own, protect your wife, love her. And for Sunny, when those women, they make some snide remarks, stand on that business, hold your own, and do you, and be blessed. God put you together, you say. So, hey, I congratulate you. Congratulate you. Do good, be well. This one here, stank face, Dustiana, get you some business. You came back to cause trouble for everybody on the show when you got enough trouble going on in your own life. Go figure yourself out. That's all I got to say for that. You don't let Carlos use you like that.
I agree. Damn, now that's some good wisdom, Debbie. And thank you for pouring into us as you always do. Very, very good feedback between everybody. And somebody in the chat said, I missed it, but you said something along the lines of different opinions, but an excellent, excellent panel tonight. I have to agree. Nina, you just pulled up. I'm going to give you 30 to 90 seconds, girl, to get on in here. What you got to say, Nina?
Oh my God, hold on. Y'all, I'm just ignorant tonight. You know, I am happy for Sunny and Moses. But I'm old school, and they said somebody's winning, somebody's losing, somebody's playing the fool. Lord Jesus, it's just like that in love and war. It just has how it goes. But I do want to know how y'all doing. We're gonna have chitlin po' boys at the end of the show. You can get those, and for the white people, you can get a grilled chitlin salad with the hot sauce vinaigrette, lighthouse sauce vinaigrette. And that's all I got to say, y'all.
No elbow macaroni? Okay.
You can get the cornbread croutons. You can get some cornbread croutons or nah. It's up to you. Yes, yes. But yes, it's always somebody winning, somebody losing, and somebody playing the damn fool. And I'm going to bed, y'all.
All right. Well, you better get in the bed, girl.
I am. I need a nap.
All right. Thank you for coming
Y'all
up.
have a great night, y'all. Love you.
You too. Thank you, Nina.
Okay.
Listen,
Bye-bye.
thank you everybody for participating in the conversation. I did not look. You got to expect the unexpected in a palace. Period. Point blank. That's just how we roll. Very, very strong. Very intellectual group of men and women. We thank you again, Sunny and Moses, for pulling up and just standing on business, Moses, when it comes to your wife. And you heard it here first. He chose what he chose. And in hindsight, if he could do it differently, he would drive that conversation. Me personally, Sunny, I wouldn't come off my square. Your personality is your personality. It is what it is. I wouldn't drop down and cover nobody, but I would allow my husband to balance it out every now and then. You know what I mean? But other than that, stand on your business. Period. Point blank. We all gonna have opinions. That's never gonna stop. You're familiar with reality television. You've been behind the camera. You know how it works. So you got to do what you feel serves you best, depending on who's in front of you. All right. And with that being said, I want to host my last super chats. Thank you again for your generosity to the palace. It was a hell of a conversation as always.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, that's a lot of money. Grace Darling with that money comes to me, sending on a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, good talk. I think there was some resolution for the newlyweds. Listen, we wish nobody but the best, especially when it comes to Black love, okay? Margaret Kayera. I hope I'm saying it right, with a 2-piece and a pepper. We thank you, Queen, for your generosity to the palace. G. Watson with a 20-piece. Listen, standing on business. No caption needed, not in this one. Sugar Eason with a 20-piece, spinning a block on us. Boom. She says, great show, Queen. Love you, girl. Panel, got it. This is the workings of CK. Absolutely, I would allow my hubby, to give her closure so she can move on. You would, Sugar? Okay. What's NTM, y'all? NTM, she is broke. What that mean, NTM? Okay. Let her get that little coin. Shout out to Winter. Yeah, shout out to Winter. Was Winter in the building?
Not to mention.
Oh, not to mention she is broke. Let her get I'm talking about NTM. Child, let me go on. Go to bed. Okay. Not to mention she is broke. Let her get that little coin. Shout out to Windsor. Yes. Windsor, if you're in the building, welcome. Windsor from Love and Marriage DC is in the house. Listen, Joe to C. Yes. But a 10-piece says, I'm always in the bushes. This is a great conversation tonight. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. They said what they said. Dorothy Redden came back, y'all. Y'all know Miss Dorothy came back with a 20-piece. Terry Heights is in the building. Thank you, Miss Dorothy. All right. With that being said, thank you, everybody. I know it's late. Oh, here we go. Miss J said, what a 5-piece says, did they ever say when they got married? Yeah, she says December 9th, 2023. Sunny said wedding coming in 2024. I think she means celebration because they're already married. When she posted the engagement pictures, fishy production. You mean dishy or fishy? I think you meant fishy because the F is next to the D on the keyboard. Production is too deep. Yeah, so they got married first. Big celebration is coming later. You know how it is, girl. Miss J? All right. Final thoughts, anybody? Did I leave anybody off? Anything that came to you that you didn't say earlier before we wrap up?
Nope, just great show. Great show, as always.
All
No
right.
more.
All right. Well, thank you. Good night, everybody. I'm going to sing y'all off with a lullaby.
All right, good night, y'all.
It's time to sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen.
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. But anywho, good night. Let me
Good
quit
night, Queen.
Uh-huh. Hey. All right. Good night, everybody.